All right, everybody, we are live. Sorry we're a little bit late. We were at the bar, but we're going to get into some pours. Let's get into it. All right,
guys.
So we are live. Let's do a quick audio check because we're booted up on our phones here.
Yes.
So just to make sure, because we don't have earpieces in.
So we are live. We're booted up.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. So welcome everybody. This is obviously a very special live stream.
It's been a really cool couple of days.
This is definitely not the first time Bryan and I have live streamed together, but it is the first time we've live streamed together in person. So having Bryan right here in the Bourbon Note bar, the Roots Underground, as I tend to call it.
Bourbon Note HQ, worldwide HQ.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to get into some pours tonight. Let's check in with the chat here and see who we've got hanging out. Well, boy, we got a bunch of comments here. We got OG Brick. We've got Dave Renstrom. Welcome to Minnesota, Bryan and Marie Ann.
Yep.
Jim Turner is in the house.
What's up, Jim?
Cheers and thanks for the assist on the makers. Did you tell him how we did that?
I did not.
Okay, we're going to have to tell that story. I guess we're kind of out. I mean, he's outing himself as a recipient of a maker's bottle, so that's... I'm assuming he's okay with that. Marie Ann is here. I'm in Minnesota too, but won't see Bryan and Ben till tomorrow.
Yes.
Looking forward to that for sure. Black Jeep BP is in the house. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Marie Ann. Hope the bugs aren't too bad. And then that's when she was saying she's getting eaten alive, which tends to happen here in Minnesota. Do you guys have a lot of mosquitoes out in New York?
You know what we do?
Wolf E is in the house,
but it's not as bad as this because we don't have a lot of bodies of water near us, and I think they kind of congregate more towards that area. So we get them, but
you have a large body of water near you, but that's probably not
but it's far enough away where
and it's not like just standing water that creates bugs.
Exactly.
Mike Meyer is here. Let's see, Dave Renstrom, bike riding. Bryan Vaughn is in the house. Rob Walker.
Hey, what's up, Hoss? Good to see you, brother.
I love Duluth, Marie Ann. If you haven't yet, you have to have dinner at Va Bene. Phenomenal Italian. Okay.
Let the Italian. Va Bene.
Va Bene. Are you Italian?
Oh, yeah. Fabiano?
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I knew Marie Ann was.
Do you know what it means? It means bean farmer.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. All right. Well, let's get into some... we're going to get into some whiskey here.
Yes.
And I think what I wanted to do with this live stream tonight is... you're here in the bar.
Yeah.
We might as well rip through some pours of whiskey that you've never had before.
Let's do it.
And so there's a couple that I would like to, recommend. But if you see anything up on any of these shelves that, you've never had before, we can rip through some of those. So we do have the freshly, never before used Glens.
Oh, yeah, these are right out of the box.
Right out of the box. Those aren't even the ones we used last night, which I did painstakingly hand wash like a, pioneer days.
Yeah. We were talking about how Glens, like washing the dishwasher over and over, they actually start to smell like the dishwasher.
By the way, before I forget, that's for the 4 bottles from a week ago.
Oh.
And that's from today. I forgot to send the physical one with the package.
I don't need them.
In case you needed them. I don't know if you do or not.
So we were talking about how they start to smell like the dishwasher, and it really does mess with like when you're nosing the bourbon. And I have found a little trick for you guys because we have neglected to put the rinse agent in our dishwasher, and we just did it a couple weeks ago, and it really did make a difference. So I think that is definitely one of the keys to truly washing your
the Glens. I'm hand washing from now on. You can scoot. You're a little bit off. If you want to scoot this way, feel free. Get in close, Bryan.
Okay. Here we are.
Well, now you're too far. No, I'm just kidding.
Now you're too close. Get away.
So I did I send you any of this? OZ Tyler.
Tyler?
Yeah. So
yes, you did, but I think it's sitting on my bar. Like I don't think I've gotten to it.
Okay, let's try this.
Okay.
Just as the starter pour.
Is this what we want to start with?
Well, it's garbage, so yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? It's 100 proof. So how's your palate? You got some water and a cracker. And,
yeah. I'm good.
Let's actually start out with the Tin Cup 14.
I feel like my palate is reset.
Okay. Because I want to do, I want you to try this one.
Okay.
So Tin Cup 14 year, 84 proof. This is probably the best low proof bourbon I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's great.
So probably our first year doing the channel, we did Tin Cup 10 year, and I liked it. Even at the 84, right? 80.
It's something like that, yeah.
It's
so I'm doing
low
small
proof.
pours. You pour as much as you want,
Yeah.
but we're going to get through a handful of things tonight. So
It's super low proof, but it was really good. I mean, we really enjoyed it, and we put that, it's 84 proof. We put that on our summer whiskeys list the first time we did a summer whiskeys because it's just so nice and light and easy to drink, and it's like something that's kind of perfect to have. Look at that. I'm going to put it right where that arrow is. Perfect.
And Marie Ann, tell us in the comments, are we set up okay? Because, you know, if anyone's going to tell us we need to correct something, it's going to be...
She will,
It's going to be the wife. You know, my wife isn't watching, so we're going to have to depend on your wife to...
So we should say hello to the folks in Duluth.
Yes,
So-
you do that.
Marie Ann's up there with her friends Michelle and Christine for Michelle's 50th. They were going to do the Boundary Waters, but the wildfire shut it down.
Yep.
So they ended up doing like a day trip. So Christine and Michelle and Marie Ann, hello. Chris and John have been excellent hosts to them. They took them around Duluth yesterday and they showed them the whole town. So thank you guys for taking such good care of them. And can't wait to see you all tomorrow. So,
Did you guys go to Anger Park by any chance? I'm asking them.
Yeah.
Because Anger Park is like a great view of the city. It's up
Okay.
on the bluff, and you can kind of look over the whole town and over the Lake Superior.
Oh, look at Marie Ann said we look good.
Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, I'm going to take her word for it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So this one is a banger at 84 proof. I got to tell you.
It's got quite a nose for an 84 proof bourbon. Like it's got something to it.
Yeah, just
nice.
a lot of flavor. Very sweet. I get a little bit of honey off of this one that I don't normally get off of bourbons. I get honey off of American light whiskey quite a bit.
It does smell rather sweet. Like
Yeah, it is. It's really sweet. Oh, yeah, they did. Okay, good deal.
Cool.
Tin Cup is one of the blinds I want to do for Bourbon School, 6-year, 10-year, and 14-year. Do you know if they're the same mash bill? That I don't know.
I don't know. Excuse me. I believe they are all sourced from MGP, but I don't know if they're different mash bills. I would assume, like if you were Tin Cup, you would probably want the same mash bill, bottle to bottle, but I really don't know.
Yeah.
I like their bottles. I like the little metal cup you get with it. The tin cup.
The Tin Cup.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
We
As
saw
per
this
the
a
name.
bunch today at our. I almost was tempted to buy it, but I wanted
$70.
to try it first.
Yeah.
But
And you can get this out in New York, right?
It's harder to find in New York. I mean,
Okay.
I've seen it, but it's not as prevalent. Like we went to 7 stores today, and probably saw it in 5 of them. Like it's all over the place here. So, but it's good.
It's really good. It's not it's not a life-changing pour, but at the 84 proof, I don't think you can do better. You know, at a lower proof.
I mean, I would pour this. I would probably enjoy this more than like an Evan Williams single barrel. I mean, it's
I would
considerably
think so.
more expensive. But
Yeah.
like for a starter pour, I would reach for that over the Evan Williams single barrel.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this for the starter, this or the OZ Tyler. The reason I bust this out, I don't want to tell you too much about it.
Okay.
Before.
It's a nice bottle.
It is a cool bottle. Glass cork, though, I hate it when they do glass corks. So we'll do just a very small pour of this, and then I want to get into something a little more special.
Okay.
That
Sounds
I've
good.
been. I also have a topic
Okay.
that I want to talk about.
All right. Let's do it.
So, same high
black
rye
tea.
mash bill. Okay, 64-32-4.
Okay.
By the way, there's people giving recommendations for places to eat in Duluth, but no mention of the OMC barbecue, and then Uncle Louie's for breakfast. I'm surprised nobody has said Uncle Louie's. Uncle Louie's is kind of a famous breakfast joint. It's a smaller place in Duluth, but they're known for having just a baller breakfast. So I've eaten there before. If you get the French toast, they take French toast, they make regular French toast, and then they put that in pancake batter and fry that up. So it's French toast coated in
diabolical.
pancake. Yeah.
That is diabolical. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
You get to Duluth a lot?
Not a lot. We'll get up there a little more now because the youngest stepson is up there. So we're
Yeah.
going in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
And we went up there when he moved into the house. So we went up there for his, move into college last year. And my daughter and her husband went to school up there as well. So we got
Okay.
up there a little bit more back then.
Nice.
So we've had kind of a lull in the Duluth stuff. So now that we've got another kid up there, we'll probably make it up there a little bit more often.
Yeah, Marianne said it was really nice, except like here today, it rained all day, I guess, up there. So.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. But they had a nice cabin to hang out with, so that's nice. Mm-hmm. Duluth Northern Waters is amazing. We went to Hungry Hippie Tacos for fry bread tacos, and it was absolutely, oh my God, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that does sound.
Holy cow.
I've never been to Hungry Hippie Tacos.
We had pizza at a bar. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was.
It was fine.
Yeah, that's why we were a little bit late. We were at the bar.
I knew we were going to be late too.
It was a long day of bourbon hunting. We had to go get a base layer of food.
Yep.
Bryan, by the way, because there's a bunch of Minnesota people here, Bryan had Culver's for the first time today.
Oh my God.
And Bryan had cheese curds for the first time in his life today.
So good.
But here's the thing. So Minnesota folks, while the Culver's cheese curds are good, they're not like Carnival State Fair cheese curds.
Yes.
And so we gotta, I feel like we have to try to figure out a way to get you some authentic cheese curds before you leave here, but you're gone tomorrow. So maybe at the restaurant we'll find they have cheese curds.
Yeah.
And they'll have something a little closer to it. But I was telling him now that he's had cheese curds for the first time, you know, he's got to get some top the tater.
Yeah, it just sounds like chip dip, guys. Like if you're from Western New York, it sounds like bison dip. I think we're gonna have to do an exchange of dips. I'll send you bison dip, and you can send me
some top the tater. Okay, I like it. That's perfect.
I don't know how we'll keep it from going bad, but we'll figure something out.
Dry ice. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just get some top the tater tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe that's the better.
I'll bring it with. You can try it in the parking lot, and then I'll bring it home. You know, but I feel like you have to have some.
Marianne said we had top of the tater twice. It was excellent.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
That's awesome.
Marianne? Is it like bison dip, or is it a totally different animal?
Because now Marianne is the bridge here. Because
Yeah.
I've never had that, and you've never had top the tater.
Marianne can interpret this for us.
I should have known that there was going to be some top the tater. You're not going to spend a week in Minnesota and not run into top the tater somewhere.
She's the Midwest New York connection now.
Yeah.
It's thicker. Oh my.
Yeah, top the tater is thick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bison dip's like sour cream, basically.
That's what she said. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go. She's got one. Go back to Jim Turner's. Oh, wait, I can go right here.
We'll go back. We'll
Culver's is fantastic. Went there last weekend. Oh, my God. Culver's. The burger was good, although I told Ben that I don't know that it's way better than a Sonic burger. We just had a Sonic burger open up in Fredonia at our home.
You said it's very similar.
It's very similar. Like I would like to try a Culver's burger and a Sonic burger side by side.
Black Jeep coming in with it. That's what she said as well.
Black Jeep on it. Yeah, I thought it was good though. It was what I wanted Culver's to be.
Good.
Let's say that.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just checking our. You see how we're fairly
good.
centered.
Yeah.
Yeah, Culver's is one of those ones like we were talking about, like the In-N-Out burger gets all the, and it like In-N-Out is basic shit.
Yeah, I
as
don't
I'm
see
concerned.
any. Well, I haven't had In-N-Out burger, but I've seen In-N-Out burgers. Like I don't see any. It doesn't look fantastic.
Yeah, it's a standard.
It doesn't look special.
This is going to be a weird question.
Okay.
Have you ever had Five Guys?
Yeah. Oh, several times.
Clip it. That's going to make it onto the whiskey 6. So is Tin Cup a buy or not at the $70 price point?
You know, I just on its face, I would say no because the proof. I'd be like, why am I paying $70 for that? But it's pretty good. Like I will say this, I've had a lot worse bourbons at $70.
Oh hell yeah!
I think it's a nice one. Like, and this is something that I always am saying in our house, and we talked about this last night. Like, our shelf is full of like 110, 120 or higher proof bourbons, and when you have somebody who's like a new bourbon drinker who comes over,
They don't
you don't
want
have anything
that
to offer them.
Yeah, exactly.
So
this is a fantastic one.
I think it's a nice one to keep on the shelf. You might not drink it all the time, or you might just use it as a warm-up pour, which is fine. But it's also a nice one to have on the shelf for somebody who's a new drinker and isn't really into 100-plus proof. It's a perfect one to give them because it's got a little age, it's got a little depth, but the heat is tamped down a little bit. So I'd say it has a place for sure. And $70, I mean, the way bourbon is going price-wise,
You can
it's
do
not
worse.
bad.
Yeah. Chad Bubba Rents. Oh, Bubba, what's happening? Good to see you in the chat. He said, get that guy a Juicy Lucy. So I did think about that.
We made Juicy Lucy's at home once. They were delicious.
So Minnesota is the home of the Juicy Lucy.
No kidding.
Yeah,
really?
it's actually Minnesota lore. There's a dispute as to whether or not it's Matt's Bar or the 5-8 Club that invented it, and there's this ongoing like Hatfield and McCoy's battle.
Is this in Minneapolis?
So yep, I've only had it at Matt's Bar. I kind of lean on the side that, from everything I've seen, people tend to lean on the side of Matt's. If we ended up in Minneapolis today, bourbon hunting, that's where I was planning on.
Really?
So if you're going to be, so Bryan said you're going to go explore Minneapolis a little bit tomorrow and go kind of run around. If you have lunch, you could zip over to Matt's and get an authentic Juicy Lucy. But since you're going to be going there by yourself, I have to give you the guidance that you need to understand if you're going to Matt's for a Juicy Lucy.
It sounds complicated.
So, well, it's a safety issue. You cannot just bite into a Juicy Lucy, not a real one.
The molten hot cheese.
Yeah, you have to borderline almost like open up a space for it. So Matt's is really cool because it is a legit dive bar.
Okay.
Like legit dive bar.
More so than the one we went to today.
100%. Like when you're sitting at the bar, so we're bellied up to the bar right now, bartender's right here. The grill is literally right there. The guy is standing 5 feet away from you making the burgers. They don't have ice. So no cocktails, no mixed drinks, no ice water. Cans of pop, cans of beer. That's what they serve.
All right.
There's a sign on the wall that says we don't have any ice because we spent all the money on napkins. Because it's a very messy burger. So yeah, you could, if you're going to be ripping around Minneapolis and you're hungry, look it up and seeing how far away it is. And if it's a few miles, a 10-minute drive, it's worth it for the authentic.
Did you see Brian Vaughn?
1010 Washington has a blind bag raffle in the morning at 9 a.m. What's a blind bag raffle?
I think it's like, did you ever see on TikTok that Southern Spirits does it, where they have the bottles under bags and you just pick the bag, like they have them numbered, and when you get picked, you're like, I want number 12. And they reveal what number 12 is, and you
really
go buy it. Yeah.
Fuck, you want to go to it?
Yeah.
We could do that.
I think I do. Hey, what's up, Canadian Chris? Good to see you, man.
Canadian Chris in the house.
I made it. I almost didn't. We had kind of an interesting thing happen at the airport.
Yeah, you had an incident on your plane.
I don't know what it was. So we're on the plane. We leave. Like we leave from the gate and we're taxiing out to the runway. And then we start turning around. I'm like, we're going back to the gate. Like, what the heck's going on? So we go back and park. The fire.
I'm just having a very small pour of this. And so whenever you're ready.
Okay. It was not the police. It was the fire people. Like it said airport fire on their shirts. And they came on the plane. There was a guy in the front row. They're like, are you so-and-so and so? He's like, yeah. They're like, you got to come off the plane. They take the guy off the plane. He's off for like 20 minutes. They come back and they're like, are you his friend? The guy sitting next to him. How do you know him? He's like, I'm his coworker. He's like, are you staying or are you going? Because he's not coming back on the plane.
I'm looking something up about this bottle as you tell the story. So
I was like, holy cow. So the guy never came back. They grabbed his bag for him and they must have went and brought it to him or whatever. But he didn't get back on the plane. But it wasn't the police. It was firemen. So I really don't know what the deal was, but it ended up delaying us like 45 minutes. And then we finally got off the ground. So I got here a little later, but you get an hour back, so it wasn't so bad.
Yeah. So I was looking up some information about this because there is something weird about this bottle. That's why I want you to try it.
All right.
So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to enjoy my Tim Cup.
Yeah, no, that's. This is the first time you ever flew by yourself?
Yes, it was actually.
Oh, yep. And you did okay. Good for you.
I did it all by myself.
Yeah, like a big boy.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's very exciting.
So I have the topic I wanted to discuss.
Let's do it.
Because I've been wondering about this. How do you, and we've kind of talked about this on Bourbon Drop. Myron
What's up,
is here.
Myron?
Cheers to my 2 whiskey, 6 brothers. Cheers all in the chat.
Okay, go ahead.
So, you know, I open all my bottles. Mm-hmm. But whenever a distillery, does like a new label or something, I always like to grab one of the The old labels for like a collector's item.
Okay.
You know, like the fantail up there, or like a
Yep.
Wild Turkey paper label.
Yep.
And so I'm just kind of wondering, like, do you ever do that, or do you ever like collect stuff like that?
No, I mean I collect stuff, bourbon wise. No, I don't. So I don't buy a lot of extra bottles of stuff, and I definitely don't go like, oh, there's a new label on this, I gotta go buy an old one. No. What I do collect stuff. I collect bourbon in general, obviously, and watches I collect.
Oh, okay.
But
Greg's into watches. You guys
Yeah.
could have had a.
he's probably in a different level of watch. My watches are all pretty affordable.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do that. And there are even, we just talked about this on a video, I think. There's even very few bottles that I will back up. Like
Right.
the Mocha I backed up because it's exceptional and it's not easy to find.
Yeah.
The Big Green Egg I backed up because we freaking love it. But I don't back up a lot of bottles even, so no, I don't do that.
Okay. Yeah, because that's just kind of like a collector thing that
Yeah.
I sometimes do, is I keep one of the old labels, because
Yeah.
it is essentially the same bourbon, so I can still experience.
Well, depending on who you talk to, some people would tell you it's completely different.
Once
bourbon
the
when they
label
change the label.
changes, yeah, then it's your wife did say take it easy on him because you still got to drive back to the hotel. So Marianne, if we have too many here, there are cab services
Yeah,
in
we can
town.
call a cab.
Yeah, a very quick cab ride over to the hotel. So
Yeah.
we'll make sure that he's all good. I keep all my corks. That's what Crown Royal bags are for. And if I have a signed bottle, I keep those too.
Okay. We saw a lot of signed bottles at stores today.
Yeah, because there was a couple of distilleries that did Augusta. They just came through and stopped at a few
Yeah.
liquor stores, and
And
I
Larrikin.
actually and Larrikin came through as well. I went to an event up at Spirits with the master distiller Alex from Augusta. She was just absolutely delightful.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of
It
fun
sounds like
hanging
a
out
good
there.
night.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we did went to the Spirits Liquor, and there was like a tasting and stuff like that. Then there was a private event afterwards with like 8 of us that all went out to like a kind of like a for appetizers and a couple of old fashions.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of
What
fun.
a great time.
I typically don't get to go to that stuff. It just never works out with my schedule. And then my friend Buck's brother was kind enough to drive, so it was a work night, so I took it easy anyway. But still, even sampling like higher proof
And you
bourbons
said that
and stuff, it's
store's
an
like
hour away.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so we went to 7 stores today. Do you remember what they were? I know Total Wine.
Total Wine in Minnetonka, and then we went to Haskell's in Minnetonka. We did Costco in St. Louis Park, Liquor Boy St. Louis Park, and then we did Coburn's in Maple Grove.
Which was awesome.
We did Princeton's in Maple Grove, which somebody had just recommended. It might have been, was it Brian Vaughn that recommended? Somebody just recommended that to me. That was a good
recommended
store. And then we did Hy-Vee over in Maple Grove.
And MGM.
Oh yeah, and
we
MGM
did
off
8.
of Rockford Road, which was just such an embarrassment.
was-
I just posted a short. I posted that short
you
that
post
I did.
the Eagle
yeah.
Rare?
So they had Eagle Rare for $99. Everywhere in Minnesota has stacks of Eagle Rare now.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh, and
it's 70.
Eagle Rare and Buffalo Trace
Yeah.
was all over the place today.
And $70 is too much for me anyway for Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
I've got a few of them up there anyway. So
Right. Everywhere else it was $70. This guy had it for $100.
for $100, yeah. And if you wanted to buy a bottle of Eagle Rare, you had to buy another bottle of whiskey that wasn't Buffalo Trace.
Absolutely insane.
And it's like, and this is a place where there's literally another liquor store across the parking
Right.
lot from there, across the highway from there.
Yep.
So I don't even know how they're getting people on that.
Well, and do you remember how much the Buffalo Trace was?
40.
It was 40, and you had to buy another bottle in order to be able to buy the Buffalo Trace.
Did they have that for the Buffalo Trace
Yes.
too? Oh God.
Yes. In the meantime, we're going to other stores, and they have stacks of cases of Buffalo Trace. Most of them were kind of high priced. We did find the one place that had
37. They had
the
32.
liters for 32.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
We didn't buy one.
No, I just don't need one. I've got a store pick over here, and the prices on. We were talking to the manager over at Coburn's, and he confirmed with us what some other people had told us. Some other people had told me, I should say, some liquor store owners that there was a distribution thing and they had to pay extra for the Buffalo Trace and Eagle Rare. That's why the price is up.
Yep.
And so they're hoping on the next round that'll come down.
Dave,
I wanted to work Ace Spirits into it, but we kind of stayed on the 394 and up. Ace Spirits is another good store. Ace is good for store picks. They've got really good store picks. But I wasn't sure if there was going to be anything else at Ace that we couldn't find somewhere else. It's a great store. But that one is just a little bit dipped down in the opposite direction. And I was like, if we're already going to go north, to some of these other stores, I was like, I was thinking about that one. That was one that I was considering putting on the list.
So did you see Jim Turner? Hey, what's up, Matt? Whiskey Wisdom in the house.
Hey, Matt.
What's happening,
Cheers.
Jim Turner said he found a CYPB for $5.50 today.
Good Lord.
That's okay. First of all, when Weller was hard to find, that was a ridiculous price. But this is one of my issues that I'm finding now is that the bourbon boom has really cooled down in the last year or so. And there are still stores operating like it's still,
exactly. And that's what you kind of wonder, why So Canadian Chris with the super chat wondering, did we notice any agave spirits while bourbon hunting? I have been meaning to tell you this, by the way.
Guys are dicks.
So for those of you that don't know, on the Whiskey 6, there's a channel called Oak and Agave. And on the Whiskey 6 one night, they were in the chat, and Bryan said hi to him, and he pronounced it agave. Agave. And we have relentlessly mocked him for this ever since, as your guy friends tend to do. We have mocked you for that so much, I'm starting to actually say it non-ironically. There's a restaurant in a town south of here called Victoria that I go through a lot for work, and they opened up a new restaurant called Blue Agave. And every time I see it, I hear agave in my head now. And so, that's actually become a thing. Andrew's Allocations,
What's
MN
up, Andrew?
in the house. Gotcha, guys. Everywhere you want is 35 to 45 minutes from me. Minimum spirits is 2 hours from me. Yeah, Dave's down in the South Metro, so that's a haul. Incidentally, though, I've not done a lot of hunting in the South Metro, so I'd make a jump over to Thomas Liquors in St. Paul. Yeah, they're good. They have Eagle Rare and E.H. Taylor small batch at MSRP. It was 2 weeks ago, but it might still be worth a stop.
So I want to say the best store we went to, we didn't buy anything, but that Coburn's was probably the nicest store because it's new.
Oh yeah, it's new. It was really nice.
And their case, like in a lot of places, the case might be like a bunch of overpriced allocated stuff.
Yep.
This was a case of really well-priced agave. Allocated stuff.
You're ruined. You're just ruined.
Anyway, allocated stuff.
Clip it.
And so the most impressive part was they were all very well, like most of them were MSRP, maybe a couple bucks.
I mean,
over.
some of them were less. They had an Eagle Rare store pick for $45.
$45, and they had probably 20 bottles of Blanton's Gold.
Yeah, store pick.
A Blanton's Gold pick for $153. And what they do is every third Saturday, right?
Third Saturday, yep.
They raffle them, and they have a little box. You put your name in, they pick it out, and you get the chance to buy these. And they are all very well priced. I was very, very impressed with that place.
Yeah. Well, Mikey Likey Whiskey. We haven't seen Mike in a long time. Mikey? Cheers. Yeah, so that's a really cool way to do it because it's fair.
Yeah.
Because you walk in there, you put your name in. If your name gets pulled, you can buy an Eagle Rare store pick for $45.
Yeah.
You can buy a Blanton's Gold store pick for $150.
Yep.
And so that's the way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, and I think that's the way most people have to go because people aren't going to pay higher prices anymore.
No.
When that stuff starts showing up in more places, people aren't going to pay for it. So you've got to be more reasonable like they are at Coburn's. I was really impressed with them. It was a nice store.
Coburn's all tend to be good. Like MGM Coburn's is a chain.
Yeah.
MGM is a chain too, but like I was telling you earlier today, it's completely hit or miss because they're all independently operated.
Yeah.
And so one, like the MGM in Waconia is a great store. The one in Maple Grove is terrible. The one in Plymouth is pretty egregious. So, yeah, those are kind of hit and miss. FYI, lots of Blanton Gold store picks in Wisconsin. Quick Trips right now, if that's your jam. Really? In the gas stations in Wisconsin.
What?
Huh. I pronounced Tucson as Tucson on my show once, and I still get roasted about 2 years later.
Well, I feel your pain, Matt.
So you guys will appreciate this, being Italian.
Okay.
In a similar vein to that whole pronunciation thing, my mom, her whole life, has pronounced Parmesan as Parmesan.
Oh.
She always, like, growing up, she was like, do you want some Parmesan? And so we started giving her a hard time about it, and it's also become one of those things that I have a friend of mine, Stacy, that like we always used to joke about that, how my mom would say Parmesan, and she actually has told me, she's like, I say it like that now, I hear it that way in my head, because we joked about it so much that now it's like
that's egregious.
It's just stuck in there. Yeah, I figured that would be egregious.
Absolutely egregious.
I would definitely trade some rare Jack Daniels for that. For what?
Blend straight from the barrel.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah,
we were just talking about this at the bar tonight. I have had straight from the barrel. It's very good. It's very good. I don't know that it's $190 good or whatever they charge for it, but it's good.
I would buy one at maybe a little over MSRP just to have it. Okay, so this one, when I said it's garbage, I was being a little bit harsh. It's not garbage, but it's weird. There's something weird about how this is made.
Oh yes, this is like ultra fast age.
There's
right?
some weird technology they developed. It's actually like originally this is the OZ Tyler is the Green River distillery, and then there was like a change of hands or something like that.
TerraPure process uses sound waves to smooth out the taste and enhance wood flavors found in aged spirit. Come on,
take a sip of that.
Okay,
it's not egregious. I did a review of it. Like it's not. It's 100 proof. It's finished with maple wood chips. Mash bill is 70/21/9.
It's fine.
It's fine, right?
Yeah.
That is a $12 6-month-old whiskey. Now, when you consider that, that's not that freaking bad.
$12?
I think I paid $12. It was marked down from $15.
The bottle is worth $12.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So when you consider that. So they take, I think it's 6 months or maybe even less. I can't remember. That's what I was trying to look up, but it's no more than that.
Yeah,
is that Metallica bourbon in disguise? Canadian Chris, one of my buys today was a Total Wine pick of blackened cast strength.
Yeah, we should tell them what we got today.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of Maker's Mark.
And we got 4 Maker's Mark mochas.
So let's tell this story because this is pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Bryan and I were in Haskell's, and for all my Minnesota viewers, by the way, I want to say this: the makers, the 10 mocha stave thing. I did a review of that. It's fantastic. Hopefully, some Minnesota people saw it, went and bought some. And I said in that review before, because I knew some other friends of mine out of state were interested in it. I said before I go doing that, I'm going to let it sit for a couple of months so people have a chance to go buy it. I don't feel bad about buying a couple of bottles now for other people because it's been sitting on their shelves for
and they do have like
a few months.
92 of them or something.
Exactly. So just as a disclaimer before anybody from Minnesota sees this and gets pissed like I'm buying up the stock and sending them. Yeah. You know, I've been purposely letting it sit for a while. Yeah. Anyway, so we go into Haskell's. They got a whole shelf full of them. And Bryan had said, there's a couple people in New York that really want this bottle because I had sent you a bottle. Yes. And other people tried it.
Well, I think it was mostly off our review. People were like,
did you do a review of that?
We did do a review. I think we did it on Patreon.
Okay, because I was going to say, I don't remember seeing one. You might have missed it.
We did it on Patreon.
I am a Patreon supporter, but I've told you, like, I'm logged into 2 Patreons, and I just haven't combined them yet.
I stuck it to Patreon because I was like, okay, this is an ultra, like, local store pick. Like, nobody's going to be able to go out and get it. So I was like, well, we'll do it on Patreon just so, like, people can get an idea of, like, hey, here's what it's like if you ever see something like this. You know, it was just something different to review. So we did it on Patreon. So
we go in there, and there's a whole shelf full of them, and Bryan says, there's a couple people that when I said I was coming out here to Minnesota, they said, would you pick up a couple of bottles? And I said, yeah, I have one of my Patreon supporters wanted a couple bottles as well. And so Bryan bought 2, I bought 2, and literally we had gotten 15 feet from the door walking out, not even gotten to the truck. Right. and we realized that it was the same person.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, who's your Patreon? I was like, Jim Turner. He's like, I think that's my Patreon too.
I was like, wait a minute, is that the same Jim Turner?
So we walked out with 4 bottles, all for Jim Turner.
Yeah.
But I actually needed one for Michael Dietz too. So we got one. I got one for each of them, and then Jim said he would take 2. So one of yours is going to Jim.
Yep.
And you have one more. Are you going to keep it?
I'll either keep it, or if somebody wants it, I'm happy to send it out.
So Ben is shipping, well, hand delivering.
Yeah, hand delivering
to Western New York some of these bottles. So if anybody needs one,
sure,
throw it in the box. You just gotta Venmo Jim. Oh,
there you go, Myron.
There it is.
All right, it's going to Myron.
Myron, it's yours.
I got that Haskell's pick. Okay, I lost where'd it go?
Scroll up. There we go.
I got the Haskell's Maker's Mark pick and nearly finished it as quick as I got it. I need to get another one ASAP. It's great. It is. It's
Derek,
phenomenal.
You are not lying. It is fantastic. And
so is Rob Walker getting one?
Rob, his is at home. His is one of the 4 that I got the first time.
Okay.
So I gave one to Kevin Persh and Kevin Astry and Rob, and then I took a backup.
Okay. So we could have just, because Jim had originally said he wanted 2, and then I didn't remember that he had said, I don't need to take 2.
Yeah.
I think he was just being polite because it's a limited stock, but I mean, there's plenty of them.
Oh yeah.
They've been there for months. They're again, And so we could have just bought 1, but we bought 4 on accident. So.
I think Myron, I think you're gonna love it. I mean, it is. It really does trend more towards like desserty. It's a little sweeter.
Yeah,
a little
it's
thicker.
It's a fantastic.
Boy, that flavor profile is unreal.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
All right, that beer is catching up to me, the tall beer. So I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. When you finish that, when I come back, we're gonna get into something.
Okay.
So entertain the internet, as I
will.
always used to tell Greg.
I will. I don't know how entertaining I am. It's so funny. So Ben and I have been filming like little short snippets because he's going to put together like a video of us bourbon hunting and stuff. And it's like when I'm holding the camera and I'm doing the video and Marianne's with me or Lauren or I'm just on my own, it's very easy for me to talk and because I know what I want to say and what I'm trying to convey. And when we're doing it today, you guys will see when he puts these videos out, it's like I am like just back there going like smiles and waving and making like I don't know what the hell to do. I'm just like I feel like such a goof. So try to be kind if you watch our videos because I feel like I was kind of a doofus in them. But we did have a great time. And so I got so I'll put you guys on alert for the bottle I got today. So when we went to Total Wine, there was a couple of bottles, and shockingly, they were Spirits Direct bottles that I know Ben has not talked very favorably of them, and I know that they're not the best, and I also know that Total Wine is also always trying to push them because it's like their brand, and they are really marked up because we saw some of the same Spirits Direct bottles at other stores that were like half the price. But there were 2 that I really, really liked. So there was an Old Emmer Cask Strength, and that was really, really good. And that was $50. And I liked it. And then I can't remember what the other one was. Ben will remember the name of it. But there was a second one. Ben, what was the name of the one I really liked?
What's that?
What was the name of the one I really liked? The first one that I tried, like Rough something or the Spirits Direct one.
Oh,
Rambler.
Kentucky Rambler.
Kentucky Rambler. And it looked like it was going to be, this is going to be a shit bottle. And the cask strength was really good. And it was like $40-some. Right?
Yeah, and it was like a 6-year.
Yeah, it was 6 years old, age stated.
God,
and
they stop with the glass corks.
They were both really good. But I didn't want to spend a bunch of money at the first store and then be like, well, I don't want to spend any more. So I passed on them.
And I can always hand deliver stuff like that too.
Yeah, that's true. Can you grab that Elkwood when you come back over?
Yeah.
So we're going along, and I will say most of the stores either had almost everything I can find in Western New York, or they the stuff I couldn't find was really overpriced, so I didn't go for it. And so the final store we went to,
I'm doing a little a little short here to add. Not a short, but just a little clip.
Here we are.
To add to the video.
So the final store I went to
Stream.
was, what was the one we got this at?
That was at Hy-Vee in Maple
Hy-Vee,
Grove.
which is a grocery store. So all the grocery stores here have like a separate store or liquor store. So we went to Hy-Vee. They had a ton of picks.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
ton.
they're good for that.
So I have had Elkwood Reserve before. Somebody had sent me a sample of it, and I really did enjoy it. Well, we saw this one. They had 2 picks. One was aged 9 years, and it was a French oak. And we did taste that, and it was kind of funky.
Yeah, I wasn't super into that one.
It
This
had,
thing's
like-
a monster.
It had a funky red wine flavor to it. It was not great. This one is an aged 9-year Spanish oaked.
Yeah.
So if that brings anything to mind, Rebecca Creek. So that really intrigued us. So we tried both. This one's a killer. It is an absolute killer. It definitely does give you like Rebecca Creek Spanish oak vibes. But it has this extra little smoky note on the end because at Hy-Vee we were allowed to taste all their picks. So it's got an extra little smoky note on it. It's aged 9 years. It's 129 proof, and I don't know if you can really tell how dark that is, but
It looks like motor oil.
Yeah,
Used motor oil.
super dark. This is a fantastic bottle.
Yeah,
So
that's a
if-
banger.
If you come across one of these picks in your travels, this is a definite, absolute.
So is it
buy.
a single barrel pick? Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't say single barrel anywhere on it.
So you can get these at Spirits Liquor. I know that in Melrose. You can get them at. They had a couple of them at Hy-Vee and Maple, or Hy-Vee and Maple Grove off of Bass Lake Road, and you can try them. They have samples.
Yeah.
So
it looks like
but that thing is a monster.
it's so good.
9-year age stated, cast strength.
And way better than the French oak. The French oak was
Yeah, I wouldn't have bought that one. It was maybe $10, $20
it
cheaper.
was
but
$10 cheaper. Yeah,
that what
this
it
was.
was? Yeah.
That's the only thing I will say about this. It is 110. So we broke our rule for this one. Or I broke my.
Yeah,
rule
you
for
broke
this
it.
one.
I don't recall you texting Marianne for permission. Maybe you did. I don't know.
I just showed it to her after I bought it. I was like, "Hey, look what I got! It says Spanish oak." I dazzled her with the Spanish oak, and then didn't tell her the price. But anyway, it's a really good bottle. Like I said, I've had Elkwood Reserve, just the regular bourbon, and it was good. This is exceptional. I mean, it's fantastic. So
Somebody's asking if you also played an instrument, if we have a jam session tonight.
no, I don't.
I saw a Big Rick in the chat. Is that our Big Rick? Did he change his thing? Big Rick? Okay. That's not our Big Rick. Big Rick Energy.
He told me how much it was. It's fine.
Okay, so next, he what?
She said I told her how much it was. It's fine.
Oh, nice. All right, we got a couple new glasses up. So I asked you that question before about like collecting bottles and stuff like that. I've been recalibrating my thoughts on how I collect stuff, and I kind of start to now see doing that, like just like the, how you say you don't bother buying the old labels because, whatever. So I'm kind of recalibrating and looking at that a little bit differently, like, maybe I am missing out on something.
Okay.
So in that vein, I think that this has spent enough time in the bottle.
Oh, the paper. This is the one from the Bahamas.
This is the paper label, pre-paper label. This is Austin Nichols Wild Turkey Juice.
Jeez.
Or at least bottled by Austin Nichols. There's some condensation in there.
Wow.
So I want to crack this open.
Okay.
Now I have a bottle of it open down here that was the one that was in the window for, you
Look
can see
at
the
that.
difference.
How much more faded it is.
Yeah, so you see the one is really faded. I picked these bottles up in the Bahamas in 2021. And I was thrilled. Like you can see there's still dust on the bottle.
Holy cow.
So these sat in the Bahamas in a liquor store for, I think they quit this in like 2013 or something like that.
So 7 years?
Yeah, that's what I put on the review. So we opened the one, Greg and I did, that sat in the sun, and it was so sun faded because they said it damages whiskey. We actually really liked it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's changed or not, like how that affects it. And then I wanted to keep this because it's kind of a collector's item. It's a this paper label, you know, it's even older than that. So it still says bottled by Austin Nichols Distilling Company. And again, I think they quit making these in 2013.
That's probably the one I got. Turn that label around.
Yeah, this is the one.
That's the last paper label I got.
This is the most recent one. So it goes the glass bottle that we have now.
Right after this.
And then this one predates this one.
Okay.
So I wanted to keep this just because it's a cool collector's item. Like, they don't make these anymore.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it. It's like, well, I'm never going to sell it. I'm never going to get rid of it. What's the point of, like, if I'm just going to have it on my shelf as a cool collector's item, it's worth way more to me empty than it is full.
Okay, let's do it.
So let's get into this. I am excited. This has been sitting on my shelf for years.
Okay.
And so I just think that this is a special occasion, having you here.
Let's do it.
In person, finally, after all this time. We were saying, Bryan and I recorded a couple of reviews together. And is this it might taste different because of the neck pour. Yeah.
Oh, boy. You've got a good story about that, too.
I do. Now, Buck's brother came at me today with some neck pour, what he considers to be facts. I don't know if he's watching right now. So we're in a neck pour debate in my text thread. So he's going to, apparently the Bourbon Junkies just did some video that, some technology, or they said they electrocuted whiskey.
Oh.
So, but apparently somehow that translates to the neck pour. I don't know what it is. He told me to watch it, but it's like a 45-minute video, so I just haven't had a chance to watch
Who
it.
can watch a 45-minute whiskey video?
I know. I would have to listen to it on...
If it's like...
I'm driving.
At night, I'll listen to 5-hour videos about MCU or Simpsons lore, but I'm not watching a 45-minute whiskey video, y'all.
Okay, so there is condensation in the neck of this. So that's kind of interesting on a completely sealed bottle. And this, the plastic is crumbling as I'm trying to take it off of here.
Yeah, I hope the cork doesn't crumble or crack.
Well,
I would be very ginger about, well, no pun intended.
Everything I do is very ginger, Bryan.
I would pull that out gingerly. That's what she said.
That's what she said. I have to cut this a little bit more.
Oh my gosh.
Remind me to show you that trick for getting a cork for the bottle.
Oh yeah, because we did a video, it'll be on Patreon. We did a video where we made up, Bryan Fisher just picked up a paper label 101.
Sugar Kitty is in the house.
What's up, Sugar Kitty?
I don't have the soundboard tonight.
Yeah, no cats meowing tonight.
We're responsible for our own That's What She Said.
Yeah. Clip that. Somebody said clip that. I don't know what. Story of Ben's life. # ginger for life.
Ginger for life. Nice. Absolutely. Okay, so fresh glass. All right. Cork pop on this bad boy.
Oh, not bad.
It came out.
It didn't break.
Yeah.
It looks kind of funky, though.
It's definitely got whiskey on it, which is weird because it's been sitting upright for years. Yeah. Like I don't take this one down all that often.
All right. Well, hopefully.
Oh, Jesus. Thank God it didn't already have the whiskey in there.
Yeah, right. It looks so light.
It does kind of, yeah. I did read, according to AI, this is from back when they had a different barrel entry proof.
Oh, no kidding.
So that's what kind of got me thinking that maybe this just needs to be opened up. So let's see what older's going to... This isn't necessarily... Well, there is dust from the Bahamas on here. It's not considered a dusty.
Yeah.
But this could go either way. Maybe old Wild Turkey sucked.
I would consider this a dusty.
Would you?
It's probably at least 10 years old.
Well, yeah, they quit in 2013, so it's at least 13. I think Myron decoded it, and I think it was actually a 2013.
He'll know if we read him the laser code. He's like right on it. I put that laser code in. Oh, and it's a liter too. It's not even a 750. Yeah. I gave him that laser code in our text group, and like within 5 minutes, he's like, "That's blah 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 blah." All right, laser code. Oh, it's hard to read. Holy cow.
I read it off to him on a Whiskey 6. I think it was 2013. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, it's LL/DD251035. And he, like I said, he's like right on top of that. So I bet you he'll know right off the bat what that is. I couldn't figure the age. So Bryan, if you put the laser code if you're in front of it or near it right now. Put the laser code in the chat. I'm telling you, Myron's like boom. He
knows.
He knows them, so he can probably tell you how old it is.
So somebody said it's a liter traveler bottle. Wild Turkey 101 is only sold in liters in Minnesota.
No kidding.
To the best of my knowledge, I've never seen anything.
We have
above
1
a liter.
liters and 750s.
Yeah, we don't have 750s. I've never seen a 750 on the shelf
kidding.
here.
That's interesting. Are you getting like a lot more ethanol that you would expect?
Who watches a 45-minute whiskey video? Is this live as 45
All right,
minutes
Josh,
already?
it's a live stream. It's a little bit different.
I mean, he's got you. God, I didn't realize we were already this far in. That's what she said.
Yeah, Maria
we're gonna.
Myron is excellent at nailing it.
Nice. It is a little hot.
Right? Like, are you getting a ton of ethanol?
Kind of, yeah.
Like, more than you would expect out of a 101 proof.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it. Cheers.
All right, cheers, man. Oh. That is so... It is the complete opposite of what a current Wild Turkey 101 is.
I feel like this one is... I really like it. I wouldn't say it's like any like super high tier or anything, like a classic bourbon
but
profile.
But it's completely like smoothed out.
We might have to, should we compare it to the 8-year?
Sure.
Because I feel like the 8-year even, and we can open up this other paper label too. Which I'll do at some point.
The reason I am off of
we can probably just use this
Wild
glass.
Turkey 101 now is because I just find it to be incredibly bitter and unenjoyable. Like it's got this bitter finish on it that I just don't like. And I just think it's gotten increasingly worse as it's gone on. This doesn't have a bit of that. Like it doesn't have a bit of it. It is rounded out, smoothed out. It is really good. I like it a lot. You're right. It's not a high-end whiskey.
No,
but it's
different.
It's nice and
all right. I need to look at something real quick before we get.
I know smooth is not the word that you're supposed to use in bourbon, but we use it a lot because I do think it's a good descriptor of a bourbon that just doesn't have any like sharpness or harshness or bitterness or like just edge on it. It's just like it just hits your palate and it just like it just so that's where I use smooth, even though people are critical of it.
So
what did you find out?
On my right, I want to make sure I didn't mix up these glasses.
Oh.
So I was rewatching where I just set my glass that I poured.
That's so smart. All right, I'm putting, which one's on your right?
Oh yeah, there's definitely different. The Dusty is on my right.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the 8 on my left. If you want to cork that so we don't knock it over.
Oh, there's a noticeable difference, yeah.
This is much easier on your nose. The 8-year is much easier on your nose. You don't get any of that ethanol.
I would say, yeah.
It's also
a little more
quite a bit darker.
Of a sweet tart or something on the 8-year, which I don't recall ever getting off of it.
So I'm going to take another sip of the Dusty first.
Yeah.
It's like a little thin. Like it's not.
That's what I was going to say. It's a little
forever.
thin. Yeah.
But it's also, no matter how old it is, it's a $20 bottle of bourbon. Mm-hmm. And this one is double the price. Right? These are 40, 8 years?
40, 45. These just started showing up in Minnesota finally.
It's not even close.
Yeah, the 8 years.
Better?
It's thicker.
It's got more flavor and it's thicker, but it's got a weird...
There's a funk on the 8-year. The 8-year is more... You would say that this one, like the ethanol on the nose, but this one is a fairly easy drinker. The 8-year is a little more rough around the edges, I think, which sometimes I tend to like. I think that's why I like the... Well, God, you want to get this thing really popping off.
Oh, no! The 70th, which is also 8 years and 101. Don't you think they're just the same?
Yeah, I do.
The 8-year and the
70th? Yeah. So I got to try these again side by side on the palate.
On the 8-year, I got a ton more of like nuttiness too, like peanuttiness. It was, I think this one's more, I think the 8-year is more flavorful, but I don't necessarily know that all the flavors are good.
Are
flavors.
better than, yeah. Marianne says she loves you and they're going to head out to the pontoon.
Oh, have fun. Yeah, they go out on the lake every night and watch the sunset. What lake are you on? I was trying to find it yesterday and I can't remember what it's called.
Boy, I don't know. I think these are just two very different bourbons. You know?
Yeah. 100%.
I like the Wild Turkey 8-year. I apologize for taking this long. I'm not sure if...
Somebody is. I think that was Myron and somebody else.
I feel like Ben has lost his faith. We've been typing that bottle. Oh, no, not at all. Not at all, Brock. You take your time. You know, we had talked before that it's probably not a good idea to hand deliver anything in the heat like this anyway, especially a good bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
This is interesting to me because I don't know that if you gave these to me blind, the fact that the 8-year is so much more rich. Now, I don't know if the flavors are better or worse. I think for you, they seem like they may be a little worse. But I might take that as this is the more bold whiskey, the 8-year, which it is. So I don't know.
It's got a weird, okay. So this has been something, and this might just be me. It's something I've been picking up lately. There's almost like a Band-Aidy kind of note on that 8-year that I am not digging.
There is something.
Iodine.
I was just thinking that too. There's something that reminds me a little bit of a Scotch on here.
Yes.
And I think it's that note.
And I don't like that. It's one of the reasons I don't like Scotch. Did you see the date breakdown, Ben?
Yeah, Bryan read it off.
Wait, I think, did he tell us in the thing? B would be 2013, C 2014, D 2015, A January, B February, C March, D April. So
I thought they quit these in 2013.
It is April 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2015.
Got it.
The 70th.
April 25th, 2015 at 10:35 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's Myron with the.
What was the date?
Time.
What was the actual date?
April 25th, 2015.
He says that the 70th anniversary should trump both of them. Well, let's find out.
Who said this?
Was it Jim Turner? Grab the 13th. What's that?
What's the 13th?
Sugar Kitty. I love it. I do like Scotch. Sugar Kitty actually sent me a bunch of scotches.
We did. Sugar Kitty, I still have. We don't really live stream much, so that's part of the problem, but we still have samples from you of Scotch that we wanted to walk through. Maybe when school starts again and we're on a regular schedule, maybe we can get that going. All right. So now I have the 70th all the way to the right. So Dustin, I'm going to go.
God help me, on the nose, I think the 70th actually has them. The 70th and the 8-year are very similar.
70th almost has like a sour note to me on the nose. Which I get a lot of times like a tang kind of note on MGP stuff.
Okay. So at first the 70th was kind of jumping out as a little more bold, but I think it's kind of settling in now.
When you stir it up a little bit, that ethanol really does come out,
that's I think what I was getting. So all right, I'm going to try the 70th here.
All right, let's go. Way better. None of that funk.
Way better than both of these?
I think it's probably, because I think it's got a little more depth to it than the Dusty does. It does not have that funk that the 8-year has. That iodine.
Right. I'm not getting the iodine quite as much. There was something I was getting like on 1 or 2 pours. I'm not getting as much. I'm getting a little more cinnamon on the 8-year.
This says grab the 13-year. Wild Turkey 13-year. Oh, that's a...
Yeah,
that might
I don't
be
have
one
that.
you'll find. I think that's an international one. Like
Okay.
Maybe you can find it. I believe Rob Walker brought that to us, and we tried it at his house. He got it.
Well, it's not an international release.
It's like Japan, I think, or something.
The Wild Turkey
13-year, I think.
Oh, I'm thinking the Russell's Reserve 13-year.
Oh,
They have the
is that what
12-year,
you
the
mean?
Wild Turkey 12-year.
12 year is the one that's
Is
like
the Japan, yeah.
Yep. And that's the one Rob Walker. So, Brian, I'm assuming you're talking about the Russell's 13 year.
So,
you know, it's funny. Somebody was talking about the Russell's 13 year. And I forget, and I brought this up. And Brian, I know Brian responded to my comment about how, you know, the Russell's 13 year obviously has a smaller yield and all that stuff. But and it's higher proof too. So it doesn't get watered down and spread out a little more. But somebody I was just watching was talking about the Russell's 13 year and how they don't see the value in it because you can get a Russell's 10 year for $40. And why would you pay four times that much?
Well, there's maybe a case to be
13?
made for that, but it's higher proof.
Yeah, it's
The
higher
10
proof,
years,
and
90.
that extra 3 years does lower the yield some. I mean, obviously. So I do see, but I still think that the multiplier of how much more it is a little egregious. Like it's a little much.
It is for sure.
I think Wild Turkey is one of the
And Wild
worst
Turkey
at this.
is doing that a lot
Yes.
lately. We were talking about that the other day with some
have
friends.
very much put their efforts into premium bottles that are really high price.
Yeah, and hard to get.
And I also think, and that's one of the things we've always, like the Wild Turkey one, this is the 8 year, but the regular Wild Turkey 101, like I have said, I think one of the reasons that it suffers is because a lot of the better stuff is going towards those higher end bottles, and they're like, it's just 101.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. They're
$20,
saying like the
whatever.
8 year stuff that used to go into regular 101 is now
Yes.
being, hung on to a little longer. Right. So I was talking to some friends on the way up to Spirits the other night, and I brought up my history at the Wild Turkey 70th.
Yeah.
I think it's a great bourbon. I really like it.
Yes.
What I've always said is that it's overrated in the sense that for me, it has lost to regular 101, I think, 3 times in blinds.
No kidding.
But what I did say, and I don't know if I said this in my review, but what I was telling my friends on the way up to the store is that the 70th is very rounded out and kind of smoothed out, not smooth in a bad way.
No, it is.
I think that's why it loses for me, because the rough edges of the 101,
like that?
I think I like that.
That's what you want out of Wild Turkey 101.
That's what I want out of a Wild Turkey 101. I
Yeah.
want those rough edges. I want it to have a little bite to it.
Yeah.
And I think this is lacking that. Now, most people probably enjoy that. And I get that I am severely in the minority on this.
Yeah.
And all joking aside, because I do shit on this bottle quite often, it is a good bottle.
Yes.
I've obviously put a dent in it. I'm having that same experience here. Now, this is not blind, so there could be some just bias here. But this is coming across as a little more rounded out than the 8 year. And so I'm finding myself liking the punch of the 8 year because it comes across to me as a higher proof version a little bit.
That flavor note is killing the 8 year for me.
But I would say that I think that these are just good bourbons that are for different purposes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like this one I wouldn't mix because I think that iodine or whatever that flavor is would follow.
So are you finding that you kind of are out on this one as just like you are with the regular 101 with the 8 year?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think we reviewed it bad, but I like this particular one. It just didn't hit me.
Yeah, it's a good bottle. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite of these 3. I would go 1, 2, 3. Like I think I like this better than this because it's not real potent and it kind of doesn't stick around long, but the flavors that you get are nice.
Yeah. I would say I'm having a hard time picking an order because, like I said, I mean, there's just different things I like about each of them. But I will say the Wild Turkey 70th is not just an automatic last place.
No. And I think when this came out, we really liked it. And I think, boy, you do have dust on here. You don't drink this a lot.
No.
I think that when we did a blind, and I think we did a regular Wild Turkey one, like a glass turkey, this and that.
Sure.
And I think we picked this one the best. But I'm not 100% sure. Now, when
Because you guys said this blew regular 101 out of the water for you guys. It was just 100%. Not even a.
But that's when we really
competition.
started first getting off of 101. Like
Yeah. That was kind of at the beginning of your kind of
Disillusion.
exodus with the Wild Turkey.
Yeah. And it's crazy because there's so much. Like I love the Russell's 10. I love Rare Breed.
Yeah.
They make so much good stuff. Like a Russell single barrel is great. We saw one that was a Camp Nelson.
Camp Nelson E for $60 today.
And you said that's
the same as the single rick house from this year.
Oh,
was Camp
right.
Nelson
And you just
E.
did a review of that one.
Yeah, and it was excellent. By the way, I did see somebody had posted in a local Facebook group. On the way down to Total Wine, we did pass by another Hy-Vee.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, that Hy-Vee has just always been a little more basic. Just basic selection.
Yeah.
They don't really have the picks. They don't really have... It's just always seemed like an outlier. Apparently that's changed because I saw some pictures. We drove right by this liquor store today, and they had a Russell's Reserve single barrel pick. I don't know which warehouse it was, but for $49.99.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See,
for $59.99 is already a good deal.
They are consistently 65 or 70.
$70. They're usually $70 is the going
And they've
rate
gone
here.
up because they used to be like 60.
Yeah.
And they've gone up. Like, I feel like Wild Turkey really, and Myron said here, Wild Turkey says it ain't them. They claim Campari is behind the price hikes. So Campari is the big owner, the overlord of Wild Turkey.
But which price hikes?
Of Wild Turkey stuff, like all these new.
But they haven't
high-end
hiked their other prices
No,
up.
but I mean,
So
they must be pushing like these limited or higher end bottles.
But Wild Turkey should have some say in that. It's their,
I agree.
their product, their distillate.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Bryan, you do know on this channel,
Yeah.
whenever there's more than one whiskey on the bar,
We got to blend these.
you got to do the blend.
All right, let's do it.
Are you doing cascading blend? So this one into this one, or are you going to go like
I'm
a
just going to
pivot
pour them
blend?
all into the middle.
In the middle, okay. That matters a lot
Does it?
in how the...
Is this 303 proof now?
It is, yes.
Wow.
That's Bourbon Note math. More particularly, that's Greg math.
Yeah.
And I have continued in the tradition of...
That was one of my favorite things. Whenever you guys would do a blend, I would try to do the math before you would say
Yeah. I think the blend might taste like Wild Turkey 101. I think you are onto something there.
I think so. I have a prediction to make. I think that 8-year and that off note in the 8 years is going to follow this whole thing.
You think so?
Yep.
You know what's interesting? On the nose, this smells completely different.
It really does.
Sometimes that happens. You blend three, because... Well, these are all Wild Turkey 101. They all did have their own unique thing.
Yeah.
So a
They
blend
were
of
all
these
different
three,
from each other.
we're definitely going to possibly. The age statement of the blend, so 8, 16, and then these used to be 8 too. So
24 years.
So we're going
old.
24 years.
It's all Buffalo Trace tater bottles. I believe it. Oh, Myron, I know what I wanted to ask you. Since you're in the chat here, we saw a bunch of Courage and Conviction, and I think you've reviewed a bunch of it. It's all American single malt and all its different finishes. Is that stuff that you've liked? And there were a couple different Virginia distilleries that we saw today. And
Yeah.
I think Myron's reviewed them, but I thought the Courage and Conviction was something you had reviewed. But
What was the one? It wasn't cigar, but what was the name of that one?
it was cigar. but it
Lounge or something? No, that was the Larrikin. It was the Cigar Lounge. Let me look. I did get a video of that.
I can't remember, but they looked very interesting. They're in these nice like aluminum tubes.
Yep.
And they looked very interesting, but I just didn't because they're American single malts. I probably wouldn't buy them anyway. But I couldn't remember if you like Cigar Sessions. Maybe it was.
There was that one that was aged in ginger or something. First cut.
First cut.
Oh yeah, it is a cigar blend. It says at the top.
What is the
Virginia
name of the
Distillery, the ginger one.
Virginia Distillery Company.
It looks like it, yeah. Yeah, Virginia Distillery Company.
Yeah.
Cigar Sessions. Now this just says first cut. Cigar
First
blend,
cut
first
cigar
cut.
blend. Yeah. And they looked very interesting. So that was at the other store, but the Courage and Conviction was at another place.
That was at
had those
Hy-Vee.
metal tubes.
Yep.
All right. Did you try this yet?
I did. It's good. It's pretty good, actually. I like the blend.
There is a very small hint of that iodine, but it drinks really hot.
It
Like
does
went
almost
right
feel
to
like
the
it's...
back of my throat.
That's what she said.
Nah.
That's what she said we got on the review from yesterday. You said the same thing. It went straight to the back of my throat. So
it's a common problem I have.
Get it all out. This is a safe space.
Absolutely.
So we did, Brian and I did film a couple of reviews.
Yeah.
So the next few reviews will be Bryan and me tandem reviewing. So that was fun to have, because it's been just me on the channel for a couple of years now.
Ooh, excuse me.
So to have, kind of be able to throw it back and forth.
It is very nice having it. We were just talking about this tonight. It is very nice having a second person with you. Just because, like you said, if there's a lull, they'll pick it up, and it's just nice to be able to bounce off of each other. Central Water Stout. We saw a bunch
stout
of those
casks
today.
We
saw 3 different stout cask finish ones today. That looked interesting. But as soon as I saw it was American, I'm not an American single malt fan. But maybe with the finish, it might be a little more flavorful.
I like them, but I don't like them enough that I get into it too much. Like when I have them, I've enjoyed them, but. He says, I don't like any of their stuff anymore. I used to really like the blended American Irish whiskey that they put out years ago. Now that it's all their juice, it's not great. Okay.
We have a local distillery like that when they were sourcing from MGP, and it was great. And they just started, like in the last few months, putting out their own. In the first bottle I tried, we were at a bourbon festival thing, and the first one I tried was awful. Like it was every bit of like that crafty.
Was this the one that you were at with the rye bread slathered in honey situation?
Yes.
Which I still will to this day. I say I don't think that those are bad tasting notes.
But you didn't taste the whiskey he was saying.
No, but you guys were getting I remember you guys were going hard on like that's like the tasting notes were overdone or whatever. Like I get it. It
was terrible, young, crafty whiskey, and this guy was glazing it. Let's say, as my son would say, he was glazing it.
Glazing it, yeah, as the kids say.
It was pretty ridiculous. But I don't really call out other people by name.
No, we don't have to.
It was a little weird.
So you kind of thought maybe this person was just being overly nice because the people
overly
were
nice,
right there.
Or else he was paid to appear at this thing and wasn't going to shit on the people who were there.
Okay.
So that's it. A. Smith Bourbon, that's the cask strength port finish. I've heard that's great.
We don't get the cask strength one, but we get some Bowman products here. We get a port finish one and I think a regular one. We don't get the single barrel.
The John Jay.
Yeah.
I saw a couple today, but it was the small batch and the port finish.
Yeah, those are the only 2 we get here.
Yeah. There was, a lot of the stores had a lot of stuff. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me that there was so little difference between you guys in New York. It was so similar, with the exception of finding some Minnesota ones.
Yeah. Do you want to try a couple of Minnesota ones that I have here?
Not?
Remember we were looking at those little round still bottles before we left?
Yeah. You said you have a couple of those.
Yeah, and I would love to get your opinion on these because they are different. Because my friend gave me one of them because he hated it.
Yeah.
I bought one because it's a single barrel cask strength for $30.
Yeah.
And I think they're 6 years.
Sure.
For $30, I'm rolling the dice on that.
You're not losing anything by trying them.
Yeah. And I actually, when I was so curious, like trying to remember it, after I dropped you off today and I came home, I tried just a little bit of each one of them. And I would like to get your opinion on them. So let's get the Wild Turkey products out of here.
We saw, so Minnesota-wise, now I trust Ben to tell me about
That's your first mistake.
Yeah, but the Brother Justice is one you've talked about, but that's single malt.
It's single malt. They tend to run expensive, and I've had one of theirs that I didn't like, and then I've had one that I really liked.
So the one that
Founder's Reserve was good.
I can't remember what it was called, but the one with the Viking on the label, like that cartoon Viking.
Paul Sutton.
No.
Oh.
Not the Minnesota Vikings. It had the cartoon of the Viking with the helmet on. I remember it was at Coburn's.
Oh, Skalaven or whatever it is.
And I was like, oh, this looks interesting. And then it was aged 2 years.
Yeah, you get a lot of that. I have some other Minnesota stuff. I've got a rye down here that's from Minnesota. It's a 7-year. It's very piney.
The J. Carver is Minnesota, right?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You sent me.
Oh, yeah, I think I
samples of
sent
that.
you
Yes.
samples. Yeah, it's different, you know. But let's try. So now these do have a bit of a unique flavor to them.
Okay. I'm down for that.
But
So wait, are these the ones from Hy-Vee?
I don't
Because they
know.
had two different. One was batch. No.
This is
'Cause
vintage
one was
liquor.
Batch 53 and one was batch 57. So
Okay.
they had two different batches.
This is the one that I got from Buck's brother.
Okay.
So let's try this one first.
Okay.
24 bottles of this.
Yeah, that was weird at the store today. It said like 25 bottles
Yeah.
or something.
So this says you may discover hints of bourbon sweetness, whiskey's depth, which that's redundant, rum's complexity, gin's botanicals, wine's terrier, and stout's roasted I thought it said roasted nuts. Roasted notes.
Nuts.
This bottle, part of an incredibly small batch, is okay. So I think it's a batch of 25. So maybe not a single barrel, but they're kind of like maybe they just choose the batch because it does say barrel select. 124 proof on this banger.
Okay.
And it says handcrafted whiskey finished in previously infused barrels.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either, but I'm wondering if they make gin and rum, and I don't know why they'd be barrel aging gin, but
Well, sometimes they barrel.
Sometimes they do.
I got a very good bottle of gin from. I bought it at the Party Source in Kentucky, and it was New Riff gin that they finished in bourbon barrels.
Okay.
And it was really good.
So Black Jeep BP says I have batch 54, and he had recommended this actually. This is batch 35 and batch 15.
Black Jeep, is that one of the ones from Hy-Vee? Because the two at Hy-Vee today were in the 50s. OG Brick is saying, $800. A. Smith Bourbon cask. Oh, yeah. So Jim Turner said, I'll be in Virginia in September. Maybe I'll find an A. Smith Bourbon cask strength hiding out on the shelf. OG said, good luck. I found one on the shelf for $800. Jeez.
Yeah, 800 is hard pass for anything.
That's crazy. Bobby just wrote to us. I don't even know that video. Oh, he's talking about a comment. Never mind. I thought he was talking about a comment on the clip you sent.
Oh.
But it's a comment on his video. We'll look at that later. We like to show the shitty comments we've gotten from people.
Oh, yeah. No, hey, blow up the chat as much as you want.
Yeah. Oh, gee, hell, I like when people participate in the chat. It's all the better.
For sure.
I'll tell you what, this smells good.
I think it does too. Now, Black Jeep had recommended this, and I picked up a bottle of it. So I'm not going to tell you my thoughts on it. I've never reviewed it.
It's got a ton of like brown sugar.
Yes,
like,
it's
real rich,
dark flavors.
Yeah.
And there's a little vanilla floating on the top of it.
Boy, I'm intrigued by the nose. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the palate. Cheers. I think that's pretty freaking good.
It's not bad at all. There is like the slightest flash of like that crafty note as it goes across your palate, but
far less that I find on a lot of other. And this is their own distillate. This is their own stuff, and that's
they're aging it in Minnesota.
And that's a $30 bottle.
Oh, all day.
Yeah,
all day. That's really good.
It
for
says
$30.
Distilled in Minnesota, bottled by Little Round Still in Wadena, Minnesota.
For $30. So I would say this: if this isn't your palate, like if you don't like what this is bringing, for $30, you just make cocktails out of it, or you throw it in your eggnog at Christmas.
Can you imagine making a barrel-proof old fashioned out of this with the amount of flavor this thing brings? So when I had the little samples before this, because I was going off of memory, I hadn't had it in a while. When I first got it, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. And when I had the very light samples I had today when I got back, because you ever get that when you start talking about, because we saw these at the store, and I was like, I got to try this. It's been so long. I was like, God, I kind of forgot that I actually really like this.
It even has, on the nose, it even has like a musty smell, like it's a 10-year-old bourbon.
Yeah.
Like it's...
It leans into that. Now, I don't say it, I'm not saying that this tastes like any of these, but you know how we were talking about like Rebecca Creek has a unique flavor profile that's not just a standard bourbon profile. And like that one, the Bluegrass Elkwood Reserve. I'm not saying this isn't the same thing, but this does kind of have a unique flavor profile too.
Yeah.
That I feel like it's one of those ones that when you first drink it, you can't tell if you love it or you hate it, but you know it's one of those two things.
This is, so the only thing I will say about it, and it's only a 6-year bourbon, and this might be part of the reason, it doesn't stick around a whole lot. Like, this is not something that like finishes for a long time.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that.
But
I'm getting a little zebra cake on the nose.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little bit of that waxy vanilla. You know what I'm talking about, the zebra cakes, Little Debbie.
That's one of your, like, you get that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you must have a storied history with zebra cakes.
I mean, I was known to pile through some zebra cakes back in the day, but actually that was Greg's tasting note that he brought up, and I was like, oh my God, we were nosing something. I was like, that's the perfect way to describe that.
I am getting
like an artificial vanilla and a little bit of that yellow cake.
I'm getting a surprising amount of oak on it.
Yeah.
Like, for a 6-year-old
Yeah, it definitely
bourbon,
has some oak spice to it.
It noses a lot older, and I do get vanilla coming through for sure. I just have in my head vanilla. I don't have like the artificial vanilla. I'm definitely getting some vanilla.
Metallic vanilla was another one Greg came up with that I was like, that's spot on. I got to tell you, I am enjoying this. And I wish we had sampled this before because...
Second sip's even better.
This is a Minnesota whiskey that you could... Well, either way, I'm hand delivering all the other ones too. So if you want a bottle of this, I can certainly get you one. And for 30 bucks.
That's crazy good. Black Jeep said they have a 10-year rye right now. I would like to find. Boy, so they've been around that long. Is it like their stuff?
So it says distilled in Minnesota. So I don't know if Panther is distilling this, because I know Panther's doing a lot, and I don't really like a lot of Panther stuff, but
Panther, like the cat, the jungle cat?
Yeah, Panther Distillery. It's
what do they make? Do they have Panther bourbon?
They do have one. So you know that Minnesota 14 that you picked up today and you asked about?
Yeah.
That's from Panther Distillery, and they have one that's like says Panther on it.
I have one I want to ask about people here in Minnesota, because I know you haven't tried it.
Don't burn your bridges with Ben is all I'm saying. What did somebody trashing me in the comments?
No, they were talking about, I forget. I have an in from the military. I can score a bottle at retail and base. Oh well, Jim. Let me tell you about a little something.
Well, you're going to be excited for an upcoming review.
Military special bourbon. Oof. So the one I wanted to ask about for people in Minnesota, if any of the locals have tried this, have you tried is it 10,000 drops?
I have not, but I have been Hatfield Barbecue. I think he was the one that was recommending that one to me so much.
So if anybody's tried 10,000 drops, let us know what you think, because I'm here for another day and I can always tack on a couple bottles to my shipment.
Sure. Well, I live here, so I can always find that for you.
Has he tried the Maker's Mocha yet? I don't know who that is, but...
Has who tried it?
Me? I have, yes.
Speaking of the devil, there's Hatfield Barbecue.
Hatfield.
Hatfield, was that you were the one that was always recommending the 10,000 drops, right?
Oh, it says pass 10,000 is crafty as hell.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry, Hatfield. I might have gotten you confused with somebody else.
Did you see Canadian Chris? Look.
60% of the time, it tastes great every time. I love it. I got to tell you, I bought this and because Black Jeep recommended it. I remember kind of liking it. I didn't do a review because it is such a local thing. It's not that I won't review it. Yeah. It kind of got pushed to the side because it's a very bottle, you know.
Where's Wadena?
Wadena is up northern Minnesota, kind of north central Minnesota.
Okay. So to get that out of 6 years, to get that flavor out of 6 years of aging in northern Minnesota, that's pretty impressive. Because we were talking today, like we both.
He's in Buffalo, New York. We're outside of 40 miles outside of Buffalo, New York.
Like being in the northern half of the country, I mean the northernmost part of the country, in Minnesota, New York, you don't get the heat cycling like you would get down south. And so what ends up happening with a lot of our local bourbons is they are very crafty and they taste youthful and grainy and rough. So
look at the color on these too.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like they've got to be. So like when I read this label and it says, discover hints of bourbon sweetness, whiskey's depth, rum's complexity, and gin botanicals. You would get down south. Like you would get down south. So we don't have,
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like there's got to be. They've got to be. So like when I read this label and it says, discover hints of bourbon sweetness, whiskey's depth, rum's complexity, and gin botanicals. and it said, where did it say something about? Oh, savor our handcrafted whiskey finished in previously infused barrels. So that to me says they're putting these in
multiple barrels.
They're double barreled at least.
Yeah,
it
double barrels
bourbon
in multiple
in
different kinds.
barrel.
Yeah, in
So
double.
It's at least going in 1 second barrel.
Oh, it says small batch whiskey distilled from a bourbon mash. So a bourbon mash. They're not calling this bourbon. So this might be a blend of bottle or of distillate that was aged fully in. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's interesting. Yeah.
Because it definitely drinks like a bourbon.
For sure.
But they can't call it a bourbon because they're aging it in second run barrels.
Yep. That's what it sounds like. And they're aging it, and it sounds like the multiple different kinds of barrels.
Yes. Yeah, because they talk about gin,
Does that say
rum,
distilled from a bourbon mash as
wine,
well?
stout.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you want to try this other one? Next one? Yeah. This is the one Buck's brother gave me because he hated it.
So this is the one, this is 35 that we just tried?
Yep.
And that's what?
This is 15.
15, okay. So I will say, so it's not a bourbon, obviously.
Very bourbon adjacent.
But yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, besides the being aged in new charred American oak.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of bourbon notes out of this one.
All right, let's see what's happening here. Hatfield said.
He said he tried the Tora Podal is in the house. What's happening?
What's up, Tora? Somebody asked, did he try the Maker's Mocha? And I think he might have been talking about me.
Yeah, you're on bottle number 2 of that.
Yes, we have a backup bottle. We reviewed it. It's one of our favorite bottles we've had this year. We bought between us 4 today because people watched our videos and were like, I need to get some of that. So yeah, I mean, it's exceptional. Like Hatfield, I've never had anything like it. It is like dessert in a bottle.
It is. It's really
so
good. So he said, I tried my first single malt Brother Justice Founders Reserve. That's the one I was telling you that I tried that was really good.
And he said, holy moly, like in a good way, Hatfield?
That was the one that I think it was like number 3 whiskey in the Ascot Awards.
Yeah.
Like last year. It's like $130 a barrel, or a bottle, excuse me. But it's really good.
Well, I'm assuming Hatfield likes it then, because he said, holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic, he said. Batch 54 is more rum forward, assuming each batch goes into different barrels. I wonder. I mean, they don't really tell you what barrel it goes in, but I wonder, like, what would a whiskey aged in a gin barrel taste like?
Whistle Pig has one.
Do they?
Yeah, I've been looking at it there. I've only seen it in 2 stores. There's one store that I know that always has it. I finally just saw it for the first time in a different one. There's a company called like Oath Gin or something like that.
Okay.
It's kind of an interesting story. I read about it, and it's only like $55. I've been meaning to pick it up at some point just because I'm so intrigued by it.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting.
That cork sucks. It doesn't come out easily, and you feel like you don't want to pull too hard because then all of a sudden you.
It's because the cap separated from the cork.
Oh, okay.
It's like spinning around. Okay.
I will say I don't like this batch as much as that batch.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is, I don't dislike it.
I
Buck's
think
brother viscerally did not like this.
I think it would be interesting if they told you what each one was aged in. Like, if they gave you the choice of like, hey, this one's aged in a gin barrel, this one's aged in a rum barrel. Like, I think that would be cool.
I would assume that this is a blend of multiple different barrel aging.
It's definitely not as good.
Definitely not as good. I do like it. I don't think that this is. I don't hate
bad.
this. Yeah.
But this one's got, like, to me, that almost tastes like it's got some rum influence in it.
I would agree with you on that. It definitely has like that sugar
molasses.
Kinda, yeah, 100%.
So I think maybe that's. So I mean, it just depends on what's. Now I couldn't tell you what this one was finished in, but I know it's better than the other one.
Is this mine? Mm-mm. Did I put that? Where's? Because I had both. Oh no, I emptied my glass and then refilled it with this one. Okay, I'm just using the one here.
So the 35 is better, but I don't hate the 15.
I don't either. I'm glad we got into these tonight because now I'm much more curious. And again, $30.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy.
And it is interesting to me that it's not a bourbon, but it's made from a bourbon mash.
So it's 50% corn.
Yeah.
It's just a matter, it's that finishing part that makes it so they can't call it a bourbon.
So I wonder if they take something that's like, they take a bourbon distillate that they age then in B. Rad Benson. These are my blends. I'm the master blender. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, it says Brad right there. Well,
so Brad, holy cow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dave. It's a bourbon mash, which means it's 51% corn, but they don't put a new American oak, which is why I think they're using rum barrels. It looks like rum barrels, gin barrels, wine barrels, stout barrels.
I'm assuming that because of what it says that you might get those. But
I think that's what they're doing. So B-Rad, is he really the...
I'm assuming, it says Brad on there.
So Brad, if you are able, like, can you tell us how these are finished? Like, are
because
they
I mean, look at the
finished in
color
individual
on that
barrels?
too.
Do they go through several barrels? Like, what's the deal here? He's on Facebook, but we'd love to know like what the finishing process is on this.
How cool is that we're trying something that's 100% new to you?
Yeah.
Fairly new to me in the sense that I've tried these, but it was a little while ago and I just haven't gotten back around to them yet. And we're sitting here talking about how much we enjoy them, and then the master blender shows up.
That's crazy. But yeah, this is, I think they're really, really good. I think they have found a way to pack a ton of flavor in them in 6 years.
Yeah.
Like,
in 6 years of Minnesota.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I would say this is. I mean, that Brother Justice Founders Reserve is great, but that's $140. Yeah. Again, I can't stress enough. This was like $30.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
These are single barrel 5-gallon drops. Oh, I'm stealing your mouse, Ben. Let's see.
Single barrel. So is it a blend? Because this says a blend, batch 15, bottle 20 of 24.
I think we just need to have him on.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to do that actually, because I got to tell you, I am definitely becoming a fan of this.
Yeah, I like single barrel 5-gallon drops. So it's a single barrel of whiskey made with a bourbon mash bill. But my question is, how are they aged?
I'm a little more even. So 5-gallon drops. So a 5-gallon.
These are not blended.
Oh!
So they are single barrels. Even though it says small batch whiskey.
Wild.
That's why there's only 24 bottles. Because
they're
it's only a 5-gallon barrel.
Okay, so you do a 5-gallon barrel, Brad, and that's why the bottle yield is so low?
And just so
that's even crazier, because I assumed they were getting this flavor profile by blending multiple different things to create this. That's a single barrel?
So my next question, B-Rad or Brad, these are not finished in new charred American oak, which is probably why you say it's American whiskey or small batch whiskey distilled from a bourbon.
I'm
mash
guessing.
bill. So I'm assuming
some of these might be trade secrets. So Brad, if there are things you can't tell us,
you can't say that's fine. But I'm assuming these are second use barrels that you're putting this whiskey into, and then maybe different types of barrels that give you different kind of flavor profiles. I don't know.
I am becoming a little round still simp.
He's saying the same thing. We do 5. These are not blended. Yes.
Do 5-gallon. Wow.
But there's got to be a finish.
I wonder
right?
I wonder if that's why, because a smaller barrel is going to give you a smaller yield, but then there's less
surface area.
There's less whiskey to get a bigger barrel, and there's more. Picture how much whiskey is in there. That's not. Sounds like the next whiskey 6-pick to me. Dude, can you imagine if we did a whiskey 6-pick of something like this, and then we're able to sell it for $30?
But it'll be like 95 because of the distributor.
Yeah. Oh God.
I think we need. Okay, so let's do this. Let's see if we can get Brad on our next whiskey sets.
Okay.
And he can tell us all about this stuff, and we can maybe talk about the idea of doing a barrel pick.
Okay, sure.
Some are new American oak from the barrel mill. Okay. So that's crazy.
From Barrel Mill, is that that's in Osakis, Brad? Osakis, Minnesota. They do.
Okay.
You know those whiskey aging spirals that you can buy on like Amazon and stuff. Like they do those, and they do they're kind of becoming a pretty big, like, popular operation, I think, amongst whiskey enthusiasts because they do like barrels, and so some are in New American Oak. I like
Which is crazy to me.
I love that Brad's giving us information here, but you can tell he's kind of
like
there's
breadcrumbs.
certain stuff that you can't say, which I totally understand.
Totally,
I respect
totally
that.
cool. So, Brad, what I think is, what's your email?
thebourbonnote@gmail.com.
I think you're going to reach out to Ben, and we're going to get you on the Whiskey 6, and then we'll
Avon, Minnesota.
And then we'll do some talking behind the scenes as well, because I would love to be associated with this. This is crazy good.
I know. I can't believe like I've had these sitting on
And I'm a little
shelf.
pissed that we passed on the bottles at Hy-Vee today.
Hand delivery though. Everything's getting hand delivered
That's
anyway.
right,
So
that's right. Yeah. So I have a question. Brad. Do you know each batch? Like, have you ever listened to Nancy Fraley talk about the Joseph Magnus cigar blends?
Yeah.
Where you just throw a number at her and she knows.
she knows yeah.
So I'm just
When are
curious.
we having Nancy on, by the way? 'Cause
We're gonna
yeah,
have
we've
her.
talked
Once
to
we
her a
get back
number of
into it
times
in the
about
fall,
it, but
we'll
we've
have
never
her.
actually had her on.
My question, Brad, is do you like, so at Hy-Vee they were, what were they, 50
Batch 54 or 53
54
or whatever. Like this
56
is batch 35. This is from the vintage in. This is from the vintage in Chanhassen. So we're going to be in Chanhassen tomorrow.
Oh,
so this
okay.
exact batch you could get a hold of.
Okay. Do you know, Brad, if I was like, hey, batch number 55, would you know off the top of your head, like, what went into that and all that? Because I'm just curious, like, we've got two batches here. I think one is better than the other, but they're both very good. And so I'm like, I wonder how those ones at Hy-Vee would be like.
Comparatively
Comparatively
because I
speaking.
wonder what I'm wondering, and I don't want to pry Brad too much for like insider information, but like what is the difference between these? Like, is there something that, because he said some of them are aged in this, so kind of leaves some room for maybe there's aged in other. I also had, when I was up at Spirits, Alyssa had a bottle, I believe it was the 8-year rye. Brad, you could correct me if I'm wrong about that. 6-year, 8-year rye, and I want to say it was their own distillate, and that was good.
Yeah.
And Alyssa had recommended that to me. She said she really liked that one.
Well, the nice thing about doing something like this, where it's a whiskey distilled from a bourbon mash, you have a little more freedom to tweak it, mess around with it, and I think they've done that very well. Like,
this pick from the vintage here, that's a banger.
Yeah.
I'm calling it. That's a certified banger.
It's really good.
I remember enjoying that when I first opened it. Like, you can kind of see what's going on over here. I've got all the overflow whiskey.
Right.
And like I said, I do intend to review this at some point, but sometimes these local single barrel small distillery that other people don't have access to they kind of get put on the back burner because, this release comes out, and typically stuff that's a little more like nationally available is, I try to put those forward, like something new comes out, like the Big Green Egg or something, just because most of my viewers are not in Minnesota, or a lot of them are not. So
he's on batch 98 right now. I will have those notes. So obviously, 8-year 95.5 rye,
finished in
Brazilian Andean oak.
Okay, interesting.
This is some crazy stuff, Brad. This is the next Whiskey 6 pick.
Yeah?
It is 100%.
Okay.
We got to do it.
We can facilitate that probably.
That's
I don't know who we're
amazing.
going to get to distribute it online, but so we'll have to figure that out.
Well, maybe Brad has some connections or something.
Because I would hate to have our $30 awesome pick, and get a $40 distribution charge tagged on top of it.
Unbelievable.
For those of you that don't know, so by the way, Brad, we keep referencing the Whiskey 6. We should probably mention what that is.
Yeah.
So the Whiskey 6, so Bryan here, I don't know, Brad, I don't know if you're familiar with my channel or not. So this is the Bourbon Note. Bryan is actually from New York, and he does a channel called Bourbon School. So we're actually hanging out for the first time in person this weekend. So this has been great. But we've been doing content together, live streams and stuff for like 2.5 years. And then Bourbon Drop, who just commented. So the Whiskey 6 is the Bourbon Note, Bourbon Drop, Bourbon School, Bad Axe Bourbon, Shun from Mash and Metal / Whiskey Wars, and the DRC Bar. And we're all YouTube channels that have our own independent channels, but then we do a channel kind of together, live stream a couple times a month.
Right.
And so we recently finally did our first barrel pick, and it's an exceptional whiskey.
Fantastic.
But there were lessons to be learned.
Yep.
Oh, you do? Okay, great.
Yeah, we learned some stuff about the back end of this business and distributors, and it jacked up the price of this bottle way too much.
Yeah, so we would hate to see something like that happen. So as far as like, a hand delivery of this, why you want to have to say hand delivery when it's from a legit distributor?
Well,
but
I'll tell you the other thing I like about this is there's not a shit ton to sell. Like a batch is 24 bottles, so we do 2 batches.
Yeah.
48 bottles or 50 bottles, and that's all there is.
Yeah.
If you guys want it, you better get on it.
I would be interested in taking like a bottle like this, and sampling it out to some of our friends that have channels and see what they think.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when I first poured this for you, what did Black G? Can I have the mouse?
He said the Corbin Cash pick is still a banger. So this is our pick. It's a Corbin Cash 10-year-old rye, almost 11-year-old.
It's 1 month shy.
It's a fantastic bottle, but this went from what should have been a $120 bottle to a $160 bottle, thanks to distribution. So
the distributor tacked on a $40 per bottle fee to drive that 90 miles
across California.
Yeah.
So
lesson learned.
And now Matt has it marked down for $145.
Okay.
You can use School of Bourbon and get another 10% off. So it's a little more reasonably priced now, but it was a learning experience for sure. And we appreciate everybody who bought that bottle. Thank you. We appreciate you. And we're definitely going to try to make it a little more cost effective next time we do one. So
I'm getting that molasses on this one too.
This is the 35?
Yeah, we got a little bit more on this one, on the 15, but I'm getting it on that too. I feel like this one it's super rich, super flavorful. I love the flavors, but it is not just a traditional bourbon profile.
It's not.
It has something unique to it, but it still plays within the boundaries.
There's
to a certain degree.
There's I'm getting some nice, after it's gone, some nice, peppery, like black pepper, your tongue is just warm.
Yeah.
And the brown sugar, I love that.
That's my favorite
brown
note
sugar,
to get
rather
on
than
a
just
bourbon.
a sweet flavor. That brown sugar, it's got a little more depth to it. It's a nice bottle.
I have not had the greatest luck with Minnesota whiskeys, but I am into these. Now, this was not for my friend. It just wasn't his flavor profile.
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that. That happens.
If you like that real, smooth, velvety caramel, it's not that.
No.
But it does, the depth of this, especially for a 6-year-old bourbon,
and again,
it's
$30.
crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
I think
this?
he likes a lot of very, very complex bourbons, but I think just maybe the flavor profile itself just isn't,
Hold on. Which one? I'll show this so people can see because he's on Facebook. It says Maple Grove has 3 batches. Plymouth has 2. Was Plymouth where we were today?
We were in Maple Grove today. We drove by the Plymouth one. That's one that I said historically didn't carry a lot of picks, but I just saw pictures that there were.
Didn't we only see 2 at Maple Grove?
We saw 2, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's one that might be sold. I don't know.
Oh, New Prague has some too? Okay.
Yeah, New Prague has 2 batches and Shakopee has 1.
So in Minnesota, for some reason, we call it New Prague.
Okay.
And Shakopee.
74, 20, 70. So are all of them, 21% would still be considered high rye, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You don't, okay. So are they all kind of a similar mash bill? Oh, I see 20.
74, 21, 5 wheat.
So so my next question would be, do we know that by looking at it? Do we know if one is wheated and one is rye? This is fascinating, Ben.
I think it is too. It's like we stumbled upon something that I've had sitting on my bar that, again, I liked this when I first had it. I just got wrapped up in other stuff, and I'm not drinking bourbon during the week now for the last couple months. So I'm not going to sampling random pours as much. And when I like I said, when I had this, when I got home today, I was just like, oh man, I forgot how much I really enjoyed this.
Yeah. I am 100% interested.
Let's see. MG said I could do samples before I bought mine, but it was 10 a.m., so I passed and just grabbed the strongest nice.
That's a good rule of thumb.
I don't think that counts as drinking at 10 a.m. if it's samples.
Sample?
Yeah.
We had samples early today.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like sometimes I come down here at 8 in the morning and start sampling. Just
the
kidding.
taster bottle give the store has all the info. Ah, okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay,
Cool.
interesting.
That's good to know, because then you can go in and be like, hey, can you tell me more about it? Hopefully
And
they-
if we were to do a pick of this or something, whatever transparency we're allowed to have
we
and
would want to share.
Yeah,
but
and share.
That'd be
That'd
up
be
to you
great.
guys what we were able to share or not. But boy, that's...
I want to put this in a blind with some other stuff that's, maybe I would be hard pressed to find something similar to it.
You know what I'll say? If nothing else, and it is a good bourbon.
William Hall, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, William Hall?
It's called pre-gaming.
This is a very good whiskey. So I'm not downplaying that it's good, but at the very least, what I would say is it's interesting. Like,
Oh, yeah,
how
for
often-
sure.
How often do you find a whiskey like, I say this a lot, but it's 100% true. Like, we review bourbon for our channels and drink a bunch of bourbon, and sometimes it all blends together.
Yeah.
Here
This is
something
going to
that
stand
is
out.
unique, and it's a standout, exactly. So
Yeah.
I would say, whatever you are doing, it's fantastic. I really do. That's
So
great.
okay, so we'll have to check out the sample bottle at the store. Okay, that's
We are
awesome.
big fans of that, Brad. He said absolutely we're transparent. We are big fans of that because it's
Yeah.
very frustrating to see companies, distilleries that are like kind of like a little coy about sharing information. Like, just tell us what's in the bottle.
Yeah, give us at
People
least
want to know what's in
something.
the bottle.
And he said, thanks for the great review. Well, you're welcome. We didn't know Brad was watching when we started
know,
talking about
yeah.
this. So I'm glad we liked it as much as
Yeah,
we did, that
for
we're sitting
sure.
here singing its
What if we were
praises.
like, oh, this is just
I know,
dog
I
shit?
would have felt terrible.
No, it's fantastic. You guys are doing a great job, and we would definitely like to pursue maybe doing something with you guys, because this is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm digging it for sure. So, and again, $30.
Unbelievable.
Like, picture what you're getting for $30 everywhere else. Like $30, that's considered a budget bourbon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, we were talking about this today, and I'm not going to bring up any specific brands here, but we were talking about how some brands come out and they come in hot with like the super high price point. I'm going to have more of this.
It's
Kind of
freaking
stuck
good.
on this now.
The 35 in this case between these two. I think the 35 is the better of the two, but the 15, it's just got a different profile, and I don't think it's bad, but it's definitely, I like the 35 better for sure. What's up, Bobby?
Bobby in the house. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, Butter? Butter. I called him Butter.
Yeah,
Brother.
there you go. You can call that cab home tonight.
This one, though, this 15 definitely does have that brown sugar to it as well. Mm-hmm. It's really nice. Man.
Yeah, when you consider, like, you do a list like best budget bourbons, $30 or under.
This would beat everything.
You're talking Evan Williams Bottled and Bond.
Yeah.
You're talking, Old Forester 100, which I love.
Yeah.
But
This has a more complex flavor profile than an Old Forester 100.
oh god,
100%.
not even close. Not
Like,
even close.
Old Forester 100 is fine for what it is.
It's
but
not complex. It's just good.
I think, I'm sure. I think Old Forester 100, I think Old Forester puts that out knowing exactly what they're doing. Like, this is a budget. We're like just putting out.
It's one of my favorite
low-end
like go-to bourbons. It's good enough you can sip it neat. It's good in a cocktail.
Yeah.
It's good on the rocks. I think it just it's a great utility bourbon.
But it's way thinner than this.
Oh,
Like,
not
this
even close.
has so much more depth to it. So
This is getting better with every drink I have of it.
I think the 15 is a lot harder. Hotter. I'm getting a lot more burn in the back of my throat on 15. I think 35 is a better kind of all around, but I do think 15's got some really nice notes to it for sure.
Yeah, I would like to sample some of this out and to the rest of the group.
I wonder if this has rye. Like this one's got a little more bite to it, and I wonder
The
if it's 'cause
15?
it's got the rye mash bill.
It could. Yeah,
It could.
maybe.
I'm just spitballing here. I don't know. But
I'm interested in this 5-gallon barrel thing. I mean, that's tiny.
that's why it's only, it says.
Yeah, 24.
Bottle 15 of 24.
But that has to affect how well aged this comes across.
So we do 2 barrels. 2 5-gallon barrels. You can buy them both, or you can buy just one.
That's the Minnesota Kiss. What is Brad referring to here? Hang on.
I don't think he said anything else.
Black Jeep. Oh, okay.
He's talking about his pick. Bobby, I'm hoping my pick is there when I get back. We're going to Florida for a week, and I'm going to be back next Friday, and I'm hoping our buddy Buffalo Lou placed the order. I'm hoping it's in by the time I get back because I can't wait to get into that thing. We saw...
That's kind of what she said?
Yeah,
and
kind
what
of.
he said, both?
We saw some ASW today, and Ben was really impressed with their transparency. Like, everything
They
want
put
to
it
know
right
is
on the
ba-
bottle.
on the
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah. Kudos to them for that.
Yeah.
So, well, we were going to sample some more bourbons, but I mean, we just kind of got sidetracked with how interesting we both. Oh, the Burn. That's the Minnesota Kiss.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I like you have to Kentucky.
Yeah,
Hug and the
I'm
Minnesota
telling
Kiss.
you, the 35, I didn't get it as much. That 15...
I'm going to try a little bit more of the
it
15.
went right to the back of my throat.
That's what she said. We've gotten you with the that's the third time
I've said
this
that
weekend
like
you've
several
said
times.
that. Yeah.
But I always notice that, like, that's a very prominent thing for me. Like, right where this dip is here under your neck, like right behind that, you get that burn.
Yeah.
And it's, I like it as long as it's not too much. Sometimes it's too much. You're like starting to choke on it and stuff. Don't.
That's what she said.
But yeah.
I'm getting a lot of those.
Boy, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to glaze it too much. I'll tell you off screen what I'm thinking when I nose this.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Glaze it. Let the people know.
It starts with an S and ends with a tag. Like, it noses like a stag.
Do you think so?
I do.
Oh,
100%.
okay. Weird.
Like, yeah.
Well, there's a stag up there. A couple of them.
Let me see if I'm way
I don't think it noses like a stag. I think it's a very different.
Oh, see, it's...
Which one? The 15 or the?
The 15.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not getting that.
Because I'm getting like that leather and that I mean, like I said, I didn't want to like glaze it too hard. Is this the one I got you?
It's a B.
25A?
Yeah. A or B? I don't know which one.
So this is a good one. 25A was a good batch. If you got the 25D,
Bobby, you guys are almost the same height sitting down. You must have adjustable stools. I will say, Bryan, you were a little worried when we were doing the review yesterday that your head was going to get cut off the top of the screen. So Bryan was like a little wider stance to make himself
I was like
shorter.
spreading. I was
And
man spreading. When we were
I don't
standing.
know if he was doing that to make sure that he wasn't out of frame or if it was just to help me out a little bit, but I appreciated
because I didn't want my head cut off. But
I meant to actually bring it up and like, by the way, Bryan is helping me out here with...
You are not short though. What are you, 6 foot?
No, 5'10".
Really?
Yeah.
Because see, my dad's 5'10", and I feel like I tower over him. I don't feel like I tower over you.
You're considerably taller than me.
Okay.
But I told you, all my stepkids are 6'4" and above,
Yeah.
so I look up to my,
I'm telling you, Ben.
There
are similarities.
Now I gotta, give me this.
There are similarities. It's not exact. I mean, you're not wrong. It's not.
Well, then we gotta do the batch 34. Is it 34? 35.
The stag has a lot more cherry going on in it. And so its nose is a little sweeter, but it's got some of that, the only thing I think of, and I hate using notes like this because it always makes me feel like I'm being pretentious, but it's got like a leather note to it.
Why do you feel that, because you and Marie-Ann have talked about that before, and I meant to ask you about that.
Okay.
Like that note you seem to zero in on as like people say like leather or whatever. Like that's
it's not something you can taste. Like I know we're nosing it, so I say leather, but I don't know. I feel like
I'm getting no similarities between these two.
Oh man.
The stag is obviously a much more traditional, dark, dark profile. Canadian Chris says, do you dare do the blend of both samples? Well, yeah, we do the blend of everything that's on the bar, so. We'll have to do a blend of the two little round stills for sure.
Okay. I'm totally off.
Not
because
even.
I just tasted them both. Too.
Yeah.
And it's totally off, but there is, I guess I just like the nose on this. Like, and maybe I don't know Stag enough to really have that, but I really like the nose on it. That is nice.
I gotta tell you, that brown sugar sweetness and molasses sweetness is coming through the more I have of this.
Yeah.
And brown sugar, I would say, is my, like when a bourbon is a good brown sugar forward, that's my jam.
All right, Canadian Chris has suggested, I'm going to do this and this.
What was in that one?
That was all the wild turkey.
So you got Wild Turkey. Okay, so now this blend is Wild Turkey 8-year, the Wild Turkey 2015 Dusty, and the 70th anniversary.
And it's a little bit of Stag and a little bit of Batch 15.
Both of these. Well,
Wait,
now I don't have.
No, what I'm doing is rinsing out because Canadian Chris has suggested blending these two.
Okay.
So I'm going to just do a little drop of each.
That Stag is good bourbon too, isn't it?
It really is.
It's so good.
It's not bad at what it does.
But okay, so now
So that's the 45.
after glazing this so much and loving it as much as we do, having a pour of a more traditional cask strength bourbon.
Yeah.
And Stag is definitely, for me, it's an upper tier.
It's
I
top
love
tier.
I
Yeah.
love Stag. The reason I can see why one or the other might not be for everybody is because they are two completely different animals. You know?
100%.
This has, I feel like this has a little bit of a craft whiskey note, but in this case it works. I think
there's so much flavor in it that you don't even zero in on.
you don't get any negative craft whiskey.
Yep. All right, I blended mine too.
We're doing equal parts blend of,
Yeah, I just kind of did a little dribble of each.
Yep, that's the best way to do it. 50-50. And I'm gonna pour these into separate Glens so I can make sure I'm doing about the same amount.
Notice also,
Oh shit!
same bottle.
It's close, yeah.
I think the Stag might be a little thinner, but they are very similar.
All right, we got a 50-50 blend of the two of these.
Okay.
So when I say that this is a totally different animal, I also believe that like a Rebecca Creek and what's the other one, the Smoke Eye Hill, or that those are also completely different animals. Where no matter how much of a bourbon fan you are, that is different enough that it might not be for you. I think that this falls into that category.
I
as well.
agree. When we review this Elkwood Spanish Oak, I think we'll compare it to the Rebecca Creek, because again, like when we tasted it in the store, is this what the Bourbon School pick should be? It should be a blend.
A blend of two. Well, pick two that we like and blend them together. So he said, Brad said that he gives the store 3 samples and they pick the barrel. And that's funny, Brad, because when we were at the store today, I did notice there was one that, there's probably a bunch that were signed by you.
Oh, yeah.
And on one, like this one has your name signed on it. The other one that I saw at the store today just had Brad in capital letters with 3 exclamation points. And I remember thinking, like, that's hilarious that that's how you signed the bottle.
Yeah.
And I don't know Brad. I didn't know anything, about it. I just remember looking at it, it's like, oh, this one's signed. And I was like, that's a pretty funny way to sign a bottle.
Yeah,
just like write your own name in capital letters and not like a signature or an autograph. So I respect that game. All right, the blend is interesting. Boy, that molasses rum influence is really coming out.
Yep.
Especially after comparing it to this.
Yep. It's almost like you're eating more out of the nose than you were.
More of those different notes, those non-traditional notes.
Yeah, it's like, it almost like noses like a rum.
It does. It kind of does, yeah. Well, it says you may notice rum's complexity.
I almost feel like it's dumbed down when it's blended. Like it's a little more mellow.
I agree. I think I like the two of them better on their own.
Separate.
Yeah.
It's so weird how that happens because it was two very flavorful bourbons. And it's almost like the flavors of one canceled out the flavors of the other.
They kind of fight against each other.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll let it mingle tonight before trying it.
Oh, he said he made his first
an
infinity bottle today.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I think this would be an amazing...
Corbin Cash Whiskey 6-pick is sold out.
Yay! All right. Yes. Finally.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. That's great. So, Bobby, Ben's going to get samples of this one to you guys because we're thinking this is the move for our next pick. It's really pretty incredible stuff. Like, we'll talk more off stream, but this is a little round still. And you know what the other nice thing is? 1090 is very good at this. They're always good at finding stuff that like not a lot of people are doing picks of.
Yeah.
Like, so this would be a nice one to do a pick of because nobody's done it.
Yeah.
It would be introducing
nobody on the internet.
Yeah. So it'd be a way to introduce it to a bunch of people who maybe have never had the opportunity to try it.
So I wonder with something like this though. So this is so unique. It's different. And I wonder if like what he said, oh never mind. What?
He asked how do we get the pick? So the master distiller is on Facebook and he's commenting. You won't see him on YouTube, but he's commenting on the stream. And we've been asking him questions and stuff. So we're gonna have.
So this is a Minnesota distillery.
Right. We're gonna have him reach out to Ben and kind of get the ball rolling. And we're gonna see about maybe having him on the Whiskey 6 as well. But what they're doing, Bobby, is it's small batch whiskey distilled from a bourbon mash. So it's not technically a bourbon, and finishing in a bunch of different ways. And it's 5-gallon barrels. They're very small. So like this pick here from a store here in Minnesota is bottle number 15 of 24. So the yield is like 24, 25 bottles. And how much was it? $30. $30. And it's
for
incredible.
A 6-year. Does this say 6-year? Where were we getting that from? Does it say that?
It's 6-year.
I don't think it says it. So we could be wrong about that. Where were we getting 6-year from?
Was it at the store maybe?
Could have been. I don't know. So 105 proof on this banger. Or 125, sorry.
1233 I've had. They're from South Carolina. So one of our viewers, Alan Christensen, OG, he's a big fan of 1233 and he sent us a bunch. And it's good. The double oaked is very good. And I've had some other stuff. It's fine. Some of it gets a little crafty because I don't think they're a fairly new distillery and they don't have the age on them. But it's one of those places like, I've said this about Starlight and I've said this about Conviction. Like, you know, they're putting out like 4 or 5-year-old bourbons. Like when they start hitting 7, 8, 9 years, they're going to be monsters. It's going to be monsters. Yeah.
I haven't had much. The only Conviction I've had was the one from Storytime. And I like that one. Yeah. And that one, I feel like it like I liked it at first, but I feel like I started to appreciate it even more and more because that was another one. Like I've got bottles on here I haven't gone back to in months, years, even some of them. And that's what happened with this one. That's why I just hadn't gotten around to doing anything with this. And it was just having seen those bottles today. And I think I told you at the store, I was like, it's an interesting bourbon. Yeah. I remember. And so I'm glad I came home and tried them because it put it on my radar to kind of show these to you tonight because I was very interested in getting your take on it.
Mm-hmm. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a winner. For sure.
But again, a different profile. It's not this is not a standard bourbon profile by any stretch of the imagination.
Nope.
You know, and so that's what I think is interesting about it. I think all the things that there are certain things that can drive a craft whiskey off a cliff. You know, sometimes if it's not aged quite enough or it's, you know, whatever. This, I think, has some craft whiskey aspects to it that work in its favor.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
And just make it unique enough. And yeah, again, distilled in Minnesota. This is the best Minnesota whiskey I've had.
Yeah, I don't know if Brad is still here, but what? There we go.
Okay.
All right, we will do that. Brad,
I'm going to take a picture of that so I don't have to go back to the live stream to figure out where it was, where it was in the comments.
We've been saying 6 years. Is that correct? Is it 6 years old, or is there an age statement, or do you know, or do you want to share the age statement? Because I thought we saw 6 years.
I don't know where we got 6 years. Well, that one that you tried at that Rambler was 6 years.
Yeah, the Rambler was 6 years, but I feel like we saw 6 years on here somewhere. On this one, but I might be 100% wrong.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about it, but whatever it is,
it's adequate to make it taste good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Still.
And the color on it is.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
So they have some standard products too. They have like a Boathouse bourbon. I've never had that. That's kind of seems like it's the standard release.
Okay.
You know, like 90 proof or what. I don't know what the proof is, but like the kind of flagship.
Yeah.
You know, release. And then there was one up at that I saw in Baxter at Super One, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was, but it was from Little Round still, but it was like there was something really unique about it. It seemed like there was a lot going on with it, and I was going to look for it somewhere and see if I could get a hold of one.
Yeah, that's right, Myron. He said just like Corbin Cash's Merced Rye Craft Notes, it just works.
Yeah, totally agree.
100%. Yeah, I'm happy that the Whiskey 6-pick sold out. That's good.
I kind of wanted to buy another one at some point.
Yeah, mine is.
I always regret the bottles I didn't buy. I mean, I'm glad I got one. I bought one for Buck's brother.
I'm happy. I mean, but mine's down to like quarter of a bottle.
Is
I
it?
was actually thinking last week. We were filming, and I looked back behind me. I was like, oh, it's almost gone.
Boathouse is 90 corn, 10 wheat, 93 proof.
Okay.
Cool. I knew it was somewhere in that kind of like general, you know,
nice.
Like I said, kind of like a flagship product. It seems like the main.
See, I think that's a nice proof. Like I don't really mess with the stuff in the 80s too much.
No, 90 and above.
90s is a nice starter.
Yeah, I would agree. So, but 90% corn, 10% wheat, 90% corn mash bill.
Yeah,
That's interesting too.
Like that, I bet you that's super sweet.
Yeah.
But I do have a full bag. Well, thank you, Black Jeep. We appreciate that.
So it says it's still available on his end. Interesting.
Maybe Matt texted Bobby or something. Bobby, and if you're not aware, Bobby, I'm assuming, is your ASW still available at Barrel Shop? Bobby and Rick did a Tokai finished Fiddler pick, and it was available at Barrel Shop. I'm not 100% sure if it still is, but if it is, that's worth a pickup because Bobby said it's amazing.
$30. Okay.
And it was, from what I understand, the only, like, they kind of were just like messing around or like, hey, throw this in some Hungarian oak.
Yeah.
So it's like a one barrel and done. So you're not going to find it again. I'm excited to get mine. Buffalo Lou placed our order. I'm hoping it's there when I get home. I can't wait to try it, and I will.
You have somebody there to receive the bottle in case it shows up.
Yeah, Lou is getting the.
Oh, Dave says the whiskey 6-pick is still available.
Lou will get the package, and then he'll just hold on to it until I can meet up with him and get it.
So I was talking to a guy the other night who's in distribution.
Okay.
In the Minnesota area. And it was a little bit loud. We were kind of at the table when we were out at that private event. And so we were kind of talking a little bit, and I just kind of mentioned, like, what does it take to get a brand to a state? Like, is it that the brand has to want to expand to that state, and then you have to be willing to, facilitate that? Or I was trying to kind of feel that out. And I said, there's this brand out of California called Corbin Cash. Mm-hmm. And I would love to get that in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because it's just, they just do such bangers. Oh my God.
And I actually told David when we were talking to him about our pick, I told him that, like, as soon as you're available in New York, let me know, because my local store, she'd do their pick. Like, she did the first,
for sure.
She did the first Old Soul pick in New York State, and she'd do the first Corbin Cash pick. Like, she would be all about it. So
Yeah.
But
So we kind of went off the rails here on this little round still, which I'm glad we did, because this turned out to be a great conversation and like getting to talk to Brad in the
for sure
in the comments and stuff. But we were talking about maybe wanting to try some others. There's some other stuff on the shelf you want to try.
I don't think so. I think I'm good for tonight.
Okay.
I don't think I want to drink anymore.
Okay, that's what I was kind of wondering, because I mean we both had multiple pours of the 120 proof stuff, and we keep just going back to this and keep
so good.
Yeah, I mean it really is. It's when I hate to keep repeating myself, but when I came home today and I poured that, I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. I just want to see what Bryan says.
It's good.
And I'm glad you and I were on the same page, because
I think one's definitely better than the other, but they're both very good. And for $30, like,
I know you just can't. For $30, you're passing on the Coy Hill back there.
Coy Hill?
Yeah. Have you ever had it?
No.
You've never had Coy Hill?
No.
Oh.
Well, tomorrow maybe.
Okay. It's 141 proof.
Oh no, hell no, not tonight.
Not tonight. Yeah, Marianne's back in the chat.
They went out on the pontoon boat and watched the sunset. Is it Island Lake, you said, Marianne? I think so.
Thank you for holding space for us to hang out tonight. Oh, absolutely. Thanks for showing up here.
Oh,
I think,
we
Brad
appreciate you guys.
You have to get the distributor to add you. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know when I was talking to David Souza at Corbin Cash, he was like working on that.
So is he wanting to branch out to
Yes.
other markets?
And New York, I think, is a big target because it's a big state. And
Sure.
I think his kind of message to me was, we're working on it, but it's a lot. It's a lot to do. So it's not. I don't think it's a fast process.
Okay.
But I haven't heard. I actually would text him and be like, hey, what's going on in New York? Because we'd love to do your first pick. So.
Yeah, I mean that'd be so much fun to get to be any part of, like, hey, try this. Can we get this in a state, and not for like vanity reasons to be like, hey, I was part of this, but I mean just to, because a lot of people, probably around here locally don't know about Corbin Cash.
Right.
Like, people on Whiskey Tube know about it.
People know about
And
it,
people-
but your average person might not.
But here's the thing too, like people that maybe like Whiskey Tube, but just aren't within kind of our ecosystem, because obviously Bobby was the one who really brought Corbin Cash to the YouTube.
Yep.
Kind of, to repeat myself, ecosystem.
Yes.
But it was within ours. You don't hear Bourbon Junkies talking about it. You don't hear, SLB Drinks talking about it. And those are bigger channels.
Right.
And so I feel like if people are not following like us, 21090, Bobby, I mean, that's really where all the talk of Corbin Cash is, particularly Bobby and 21090.
Yes.
And so if they're not on that, then they're not going to know about that. And so I think it'd be great to be able to try to get some of those products out here. And
absolutely.
Matt also says the ASW Toolkit Rye apparently is selling really well, but there are still some available. Definitely grab it while you can.
I like to call it an
Call it
only barrel.
an
'cause
only
they
barrel.
Only did one. That's crazy.
That is interesting.
So we saw one. What was it the weeded that was like the 25% double oaked?
Yes.
So we saw an ASW today.
I can't remember what the name of that one was. It just weeded?
It was just weeded. Yeah.
Okay.
They had a toasted, soloist, and weeded.
And then they had the big green egg as well.
Oh, it was they had the big green egg, they had the soloist, which we don't really know what that is all about. The soloist.
Well, so what it said on there, because they had the transparency, it was their own distillate, distilled and produced by them. They had the mash bill, and the age was a 6-year.
Yeah. I just don't know why it's called a soloist.
Oh, yeah,
It's
no,
not
I
single
have no
barrel,
idea.
right? Like, I was thinking maybe it's a single barrel, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't know. It just had the fiddle on it.
So the Fiddler weeded was cool because, and like Ben said, they give you all of the stats. How old it is, what the mash bill is. If it's more than one mash bill, they give you both mash bills or whatever. And this one was cool because it had the mash bill, and then it also said 25% double oaked. So a quarter of what they put in that blend is a double oaked.
Which is interesting, because I don't
Maybe
recall really seeing another bourbon that has like
I've
a
never
portion
seen
of
that.
it double oaked.
Right. And so
Probably exists, but I don't I don't know that I've had one.
And that to me must just give it a nice little flavor boost. You know? And it was $41. It was not an expensive bottle.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So Fiddler's doing it right. These guys are doing it right.
Fiddler might be my next like
get into this brand.
Yeah.
Explore this.
I think Fiddler might be the up and comer because I feel like I haven't had a bad bottle. I said the only bad bottle I've had of theirs is they have this one called Tire Fire, and it's like not great. I don't know what it is.
I mean, just the name Tire Fire, like a burning tire, does not instill in me like the idea of like a good flavor.
Yeah. It's not great, guys. So that's the only one I haven't liked. But I mean, we just got in Western New York. There's a group, a bourbon group. They're called the Rock Elite, and they are out of Rochester, and they just did a Georgia Heartwood pick. And
that's interesting that the Georgia Heartwood has picks available because isn't that like with different staves? I just did a review of it, but I can't remember what there's staves. It's a
they
finish.
have like these. It's
an interesting.
It's like a
whiskey.
French oak, but it's with like these toasted Georgia Heartwood oak staves.
Okay.
But the first one I ever got was a single barrel from Sealbox. Then I got one at a store that it didn't say single barrel on it, I don't think. And then this one, and it's incredible. We were at a bottle share a couple weeks ago, and the guy who got them for us brought them, and we cracked it right there, and it was out of this world. Just out of this world.
Bobby said something. People are singing the praises of Fiddler as well. Yeah. And that Fiddler, the soloist, like that's their own distillate. So I'm interested in their non-source stuff because then that's what they're making.
Because a lot of it is distilled in Indiana.
Yep, and even that was like $55, and it was a 6-year. I can't remember what the proof was, but Myron at Bourbon Drop had said I had a different 150 proof Corbin Cash bourbon tonight. It drinks in the 1-teens.
Damn, that's
awesome. Fiddler is taking over my cabinet. I love that black Jeep. Bobby says the Tokai Kai is 45% wheat, by the way. All in on Fiddler, great people. We've had a great experience. I haven't had a bad one yet, even from all the samples they send.
Chris said Fiddler is your Penelope, Bryan. That's almost what I was going to say because Penelope has lost some of its luster for me. Like, we've had a few in the last year or so that were dogs.
Yeah, you had particularly a lot of those because you were, Marie Anna was in her Penelope era.
Yeah, and we loved Penelope, but there's just been more bad ones than good ones, and now I really am kind of trending towards, and we don't even have it in New York, ASW. Okay. So I just get it where I can.
Sure, yeah.
I've got a toasted coming from Georgia. A viewer, Chris Kruger, his parents got me one, and they're bringing it up in September, so I'll get that.
Okay, nice.
I got that Georgia. The Big Green Egg is great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So yeah, I mean, they're definitely one I want to explore more of.
Yeah. Bad Andy 182 watching from Elk River, Minnesota. Welcome to the chat. That's about 30 minutes from here.
Oh, okay.
North.
All right.
And a little bit west, but mostly north.
Okay, so kind of towards the Twin Cities area?
So a little bit further west, so you go about 15 miles west to St. Michael, then straight north of there.
Okay.
So, yep.
Cool. Yes, I agree, Bobby. Penelope has done a nosedive. It started with the Project X.
So you guys, I remember you didn't like the Project X. Mm-hmm. You guys didn't like... What else was that? The Riviera
was fine. I like the Rosé cask better than.
See, I did not like the Rosé cask, and we only reviewed that once. It was a long time ago. Greg and I did it together, but we said Greg came up with the best taste. He said it smelled like a salon in the 1980s, and I said I know exactly what a perm smelled like in the 1980s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyone in the 1980s who had a perm. When they first got it done, that's what that smelled like.
Solution they put in their hair.
Yeah, and a little bit burnt. And I've actually used that description of a smell before on other things non-bourbon related. And so when he said that, I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about because I've talked about that smell.
Yeah.
But I've never equated it to a bourbon. And then you guys recently had the barrel strength that you didn't like the new one.
It's the worst. The 7-year barrel strength. I don't know if anybody saw our video, but the 7-year the age stated barrel strength, it looks just like the regular barrel strength. Except it's got that 7-year age statement above it. It's terrible. It's the worst Penelope bottle I've ever had. It's absolutely terrible.
Wow, that's crazy. I wonder what happened with that.
And then the other ones we didn't like.
So Bryan
the
just
Omega?
said he really likes the Augusta small batch, but you weren't particularly a fan of that one. You had a sample of that one today.
The one, wait, go back up, Brad.
I wish that they would get this so you could scroll the comments a little better.
Well, and it's hard because
when you do it, it like scrolls past like 5 of
Yes.
them at a time, and it's really obnoxious to try to go back to one. The new Augusta small batches are awesome and priced right. I agree, they're priced right. I like the small batch. I wasn't as big on the weeded one. You had the small batch today, and you didn't care for that one quite as much.
I wasn't crazy about it. It had some kind of off note on it, but it was fine. But I think like right before I tasted it, I was like, oh, I'm excited for this because I really like the 13th. And you look at me like,
it's not going to be 13. So Bryan and I reviewed, we filmed a review for it. It's not out yet. A 13-year Augusta Buckner's Spirits Liquor Pick, 135.2 proof.
Yeah.
And that is a top-tier bang.
Oh, my God. Amazing.
It comes with a top-tier price, but it is legitimate. Yeah. We said it's in the conversation with any other highly, premium
100%.
level bourbon.
And
I would say.
So yeah, Bobby, you're right about the Omega. It was like the Omega to me was like French oak in name only. It was not great. The premixed cocktails were terrible. Like none of them were really great. The white bottles they made like the peach.
Oh, I thought you guys liked those. I really like the
peach.
The walnut one. I don't like peach, so I didn't try that. But when I was at Buck's brother's house, he gave me the walnut one and the apple cinnamon.
Yeah.
I thought they were really good.
They're fine. They're super sweet, which I don't like, and you have to throw.
Remember how I was telling you earlier today that
I
I like a sweeter old fashioned, and the ones you buy when you're out are a little bit more. More bitter. Brad says a banger. He bought one. I'm assuming he's talking about the 13 year. Yeah, that's just an unbelievable pour.
I have to put some extra and stronger bourbon in the cocktails, the premixed cocktails, for me to enjoy them. Like I want a little extra.
Yeah,
extra oomph.
I'll give you that. I've started keeping a bottle of Benchmark Full Proof in the freezer.
Yeah. That's
just for old fashions,
Yep.
and make a barrel proof old fashioned,
Yeah,
and I really
nice.
enjoyed those. And that's the one I was telling you about, where I pour a little bit of a spoonful of the cocktail cherry juice in with it. Gives that little cherry note to it. It's so good.
I was going through so much Knob Creek because I drink it neat, but I also.
But it's a perfect mixer for.
And I was going through so much of it that I started buying Benchmark Bonded to mix.
Sure,
cocktails with.
Yeah, for an old fashioned that would work just
Because
fine.
it's like $20.
Yeah.
But yeah, freaking Penelope has been so off this year. But then on the other side of the coin, I really did like.
I'm obsessed with the creme brulee that came out this year.
Creme brulee.
That's a banger.
The marshmallow toast and the 18-year American Light whiskey we loved.
So I've never had those. I had the marshmallow toast that you guys sent me, and I liked it, but I wasn't. I feel like I was expecting something a little more unique and a little bit different, and I 100% got that on the creme brulee.
Yeah,
like
creme
it
brulee is crazy
good. And that one I got for $60. It was on sale $59.99, and I regret not buying more of it.
Yeah.
But I bought it. I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I am obsessed with it. That's one of my favorite pours. As a matter of fact, somebody in the comments I said in one of my videos, hey, if you want to suggest some list videos to do. Because I'm always trying to think of something like that's a little more unique. Like we all kind of recycle each other's list videos and stuff. And one of them was, what are the whiskeys that you're just drinking right now, that you're just really liking right now? Like what's on your radar that you keep going back to? And that Penelope Creme Brulee is, and I think this little round still is going to be one of those too.
Sure. So Myron said the 17 year was great. I have the 17 and the 18. What's weird to me, though, is
Nice, Brad. Barrel aging my own Benchmark Full Proof to make my own stag.
Oh,
hey, why not?
You just got to wait about 12 years, and it'll be
not for just regular stag,
Oh, right, I guess.
Maybe another 4 years, yeah. If you want to go GTS, you get it.
It's 15 years.
Yeah.
So what's crazy to me is, so Penelope did 15, 16, 17, and 18 year American light whiskey. They just started, and I don't know if it's the same batch, and maybe they'll have a 19, but they just put out, like stores in our area have just started getting Penelope American light whiskey, and it's 18 year again.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's like the remainder of last year's batch, or if they're putting out another 18 this year. And I'm wondering why they didn't do a 19.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, this is the one. I know you're not having any more tonight, but this is another one I wanted you to try while you're here. It's so this is an Obtainium light whiskey. So this came out before light whiskey started becoming a thing again. And this is, it's 130 some proof, distilled in 2006. It's a 14 year. I think that's for like $50.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was the one we saw today? 25 year Canadian. Was that at Hy-Vee? It was a pick.
25 year Canadian.
And remember you were like,
and I was like, screw the Canadian whiskey. Yeah, I can't remember which one. Oh, was that the Orphan Barrel?
Yes.
It was the Orphan Barrel. Yeah, that's what it was.
The new Orphan Barrel is 25-year-old Canadian whiskey, but it's only 90 proof.
Yeah.
Come on.
I've kind of found, what is it, 2.5 gallon fresh number 3 barrel. Oh, that's what you're aging. I'm assuming that's what he's aging the benchmark.
Char level 3, yeah. All right.
All right, well, if Little Round still comes out with a 13 yield thing that tastes an awful lot like we'll know that Brad had a little bit of his and thought, I got to put this to market, it's just too good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brad, I'm kidding, of course, I know you would not do that.
Buy like a couple cases of the benchmark and age it, and that'll be our first pick.
Yeah, there you go. That's the first Little Round still. Cheers, guys, much appreciated, love, and look forward to working with you guys. I'm located in Victoria. Oh, I'm in Victoria all the time for work.
Cool. Brad, we'll be in touch because we really would love to do something with you guys. I think you got good stuff going here. So
yeah, for sure. So what, do you want to wrap this up? Like, what do you think? We've been going for a couple hours here now.
2 hours. This is the longest live stream ever.
2.5, because we were only about 5 minutes late, I think, tonight. Yeah. So, considering, we had to go to the bar, get a couple of beers. So
we had to.
That's what Orphan Barrel does, 90 proof. Yeah, then I'm not really interested in paying that much money for a 90 proof.
It's the same reason I don't like Weller 12, because it's proof down to 90, and it's just like, let's proof out all the flavor and character that those 12 years give it. To me.
I have kind of found, like the Elijah Craig 18 year, I think that there is a balance with proof and age, where when you get too high in age and too low in proof, it starts to just taste like oak water. Oaky water.
Yep.
And I just don't. I think you lose the nuance of the the caramels and the brown sugars and all that stuff that age gives you when you proof it down that far.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's left is the oak dominates it. It just tastes like oak aged water. So dang whiskey lover,
D Wang.
D Wang whiskey lover.
Cheers, man.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with us for the 2.5 hours we've been doing this.
For real.
Thank you, Bryan, for joining me tonight. This has been just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
And we've still got tomorrow to hang out, and I finally get to meet Marianne tomorrow too. So we're gonna go do some dinner down in Chanhassen tomorrow and hang out. So yeah, thanks again, everybody. Wolfie, cheers all. OG Brick, cheers, folks. Let's see, who said this? Had a ton of fun tonight. Enjoy the rest of your vacation, Bryan and Marianne. Well, they're going down to Florida after this. They're going from Minneapolis to Florida.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is just like a pit stop on the way to another vacation. That's awesome, because, like, now tomorrow, it's like usually the last day of vacation.
Yeah,
it's like, I got to go back to relax. Like, your vacation is just starting all over again tomorrow.
We're going down to see the mouse.
Yeah, for sure. There you go. All right, well, cheers, everybody. Have a great night, and we will see you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.